Oh, shoot!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Greetings and salutations, folks.
Every show I'm on, I turn it totally to shit. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. We are still fighting the epic battles with the update that would not die. This might be some kind of Sanestein spin-off. That being Sanestein, the post-holiday Prometheus. I plug it enough. You guys should know what it is.
Thank you.
Now, do I have to say it? Do I have to say, good morning, Nevermorians? I am, of course, your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Koepp, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore. One of these days, I'm going to get sued for that, but my singing is so bad they can't place where I'm referencing, so that's fine. I'm, of course, the author of The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, The Simple Spear, and, of course, Art and Tales, which I will not plug. I will not plug that. I don't have time to plug my stuff. I don't have time to shout out to Joe Bachman over at Joe Bach Tech Apps, because obviously we have a guest, and he certainly doesn't want us to cut in with the lovely indiecd.org, because the Independent Creator Directory is not just the best white pages for independent creators out there and the best investment you could do in your business and yourself. Reach out to Joe Bachman. I don't have time for that. Why don't I have time for that? Because we're joined by Brian K. Morris. So, we're going to try this again, because folks don't know the absolute glory of the original start. Did you see how smooth my delivery was? That's because I face planted so hard it recalibrated Nick.exe. And with Brian here, I have brought out my honorary Fez O'Doom, because it needs to be. This is really privileged. It has some goodies in here.
Yeah, I should wear my formal fez here.
Now, see, I have three important goodies on my hat thus far.
Yeah.
I have the Read Local, because that's important. That's given to me by Amanda.
Well, yeah.
This was given to me by Sarah, and it was got from Elvira herself. So This is literally came from the Mistress of Darkness. And
I'd never watch that fez again.
And a gift from my wife, which is this lovely, if I can get it, little pewter manatee that she got.
I see that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And I've been planning to put that on, and I remembered that during my 2-minute anxiety run, which happens every time I start the show. It's like, music, go! You got to get your wind sprint in before broadcasting. Now, before we get into the necessities of today's program, as I
Yes.
try not to throw everything off my table. We know it will all fall, but I have to try.
Yeah.
Brian, we do have some folks here who may not know who you are, a wonderful soul. So please, redo your lovely intro for them.
Yes, we had a false start here. We had a dress rehearsal and it didn't come off as planned.
Okay,
Anyway,
midnight.
And the same thing has happened to me more than once. So yeah, I understand completely. Love what you've done with the place. Anyway, I am the creator of Nevermind the Furthermore. About 7 years ago, I think it was ish. It was born out of boredom, mostly seeing me on the air and deciding that we needed something fresh, and so I polished up the thing as best I could, then handed it over to the man here who has done amazing things. And seriously, I'm so very proud of you, Nick. I really am. You've really taken this to the next level. But anyway, that's why I resemble the graphic up there. Also, before Nick starts saying nice things about me, I'm an independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. And I have award-winning writer. I won an award for this. And also, we do all kinds of cool stuff through other publishers and the Rising Tide imprint. And Nick, I'm tickled to be here. And also, if you want to find out anything about me, go to Risingtide.pub. We've got all the info. Thank you very much, Nick. Hashtag always promote. And I am privileged to be here, and I really thank you, brother. I had a live broadcast last week for what we're going to talk about today, and it wasn't until I got sitting behind the seat here and realizing what time it was like about 9-ish our time. But it just hit me how much I missed the morning shift here. We still do we do occasionally clever title pending, which we'll have more of, and we'll talk about that later. But also, we have Comic Book Spectrum every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, where we talk about comic books, do reviews and news, and we're going to tweak it a little this week and change the format a little, make it a little more fun for everybody. But anyway, I'm settled into the groove there, but I just miss the morning energy.
Yeah,
it's different. It's a different kind of energy. So,
and it carries throughout the day. I really think that doing this show, like, I feel weird on the days I don't stream.
Yes.
Because right now I stream 5 days a week across 3 shows.
Right.
Scheduled. And that's not counting, well,
like
semi-scheduled, because
art
time with Nick.
Right. That's right.
Never mind, because I have to make my thumbnails for this show, and if I'm going to sit down making the thumbnails for it because people I might as well do a whole show around that, right?
Right.
That's... There's got to be a word for multitasking, because you can never create anything that you can't market and sell multiple times,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think how many versions of R2-D2 have been put out there, in any given media. Mm-hmm. And people will just keep coming back for more. I do need to find where my phone is, because it's going to start beeping at me, because people love to message me the one time I'm actually busy. But
of course, yeah.
That being said, yes. Minor announcement before we get into the good stuff. Thursday night, it's intended for children, but if people crash it, I will be doing an art program at the Benton County Public Library, just going over basic cartooning and stuff, because I like to keep, a little bit of a finger in the pie. But how do you want to do this? Because we have to talk about something, and it's serious.
It is very serious, but why don't you finish your announcement, because this is important.
Oh no! That was the announcement. I'm just going to be doing that. Anybody who wants to come by and sit with a bunch of kids, you're more than welcome. Mm-hmm. More stuff will come up as my brain dislodges. Remember, I do this all without caffeine. I haven't had caffeine in almost a year and a half.
I couldn't live like that. Am I in a seance or something? I mean, really, no caffeine? I would die.
Yeah, it took a lot, but it medically necessitated. whatever, close enough.
It was necessary.
If the bard can break the English language, so can I. No egos here, friends. None whatsoever.
No, not a bit.
We will be talking about some serious stuff, but we're going to try to keep it light. And then I will try to force Brian to actually promote himself, which I know will take effort. And then we'll get to the chat. Because I still, guys, you're not getting off without your accountability. I'm an absolute taskmaster about wanting to know what you've been up to. And I will tell you what I've been up to at that point, but we need to keep it floating. So, Brian,
I'll even give my response too.
Excellent, because I know you're doing things.
Oh man, am I?
So let's hit the meat and potatoes. We are here to promote someone more than usual or in a different way. Normally, I'm all about you're trying to level up, get your name out there. You're creating stuff. Let me give you a hand up and boost you to the next level. But we're in a case where some folks are down in a hole. And, as one of the great clerics of our time, Neil Young said, brothers and sisters, when you see your brother down in a hole, you reach down with your hand because that's what it's there for. And when you're in trouble, you reach up to the Lord because that's what he's there for. That was brought to you by Brother Loves Travel and Salvation Show, possibly the greatest sermon ever recorded.
Yep.
That being said, tell them about who it is and what's going on, Brian.
I'd be happy to. And again, and first of all, everybody, please thank Nick for having me back on here. It's not just an excuse to visit the old territory. It is. I'm actually, I have kind of a reputation as kind of a clown prince of creativity here. But yes. Anyway, I'm actually working for something that's very, very important. And we're starting to see some of the links in the chat, and thank you guys so very much. One of our own, Amy Hale, who is a hybrid author, also self-publisher and published by others, has a resume that most of us would kill for, and talent that is just totally in the red zone on the meter. Well, the last 3 years have been hard on everyone. There's no getting around that. But it seems to have hit the Hales harder than most people, aside from, the family issues and this and the other. Amy's changed jobs a couple times. Both John and Amy contracted COVID fairly early on. I can't remember if it was the Delta phase or not, but it wasn't the fun, cuddly kind like we've got now, relatively so. And this has necessitated some trips to the ER, I believe, by both of them. And they've been hit with ongoing neurological damage, such as taste, smell, and in Amy's case, short-term memory to a degree. Well, a couple weeks ago on her channel, Hale's Angels, on Facebook, which y'all should sign up for if you have a human soul at all. We got to see Amy, probably the most vulnerable I've ever seen her in the several years that we've known each other and become good friends. And it's tough to see your friends suffer. It's tough to look at them and not want to do something. And I just don't keep this address in mind, friends, because it will be very relevant in a minute or so. And so someone gave me the idea, and it was something I didn't think of myself for some reason. Why don't we do a GoFundMe for them? And I knew Amy was struggling with hospital bills, from COVID and other problems. And like a lot of times, these bills are invoiced separately, per visit and such. Well, and then they run through the insurance companies, then they maybe try to do it again, and then it goes back to the person who got the services and say, okay, this part's your share. And the Hales have seen this go, it's like, here's a bill. Oh, yeah, here's a bill. Oh, here's a couple more. Here's one, too. Oh, we forgot this one. And the amount that we were asking for, because Amy said, "How much are we going to go for?" I said, "We're going to swing for the fences." Um, and it is $30,000 is our goal. Uh, but the good news is we yesterday, just in the hard opening for the campaign, we got. Let me check my number here. We got $1,545 from 18 donations. And thank you, guys and gals who stepped up to the plate and did that. And at this address here, you will find out the full story of Amy and John, why we're doing it. And you'll also, we also have a link in there where you can see the episode that broke my heart. And this surprised some people because they didn't think I had one, really, because that's what I've been telling them for years. Okay. But anyway, we started this yesterday, and like I said, we've got 1545 for it, but we are a long way from helping one of our own. And I want to give a shout out to my core team here, who I could not have done this without. And I think most, if not all of them, are here. And that's author Michaela Jade, Carl Witzman, and Donna Carly Carleen, who have backstopped me the whole way.
They're amazing folks.
They seriously are. They seriously are. I mean, since this campaign has started, I haven't even, just trying to keep on top of things. And, GoFundMe has a few different rules than Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So, and a lot of it doesn't start until you start the campaign. So, we sent out a thank you this morning to everyone who contributed. But we are still actually, we are now in the point of setting things up so that, and here's my promise, Amy Hale and John Hale will get the entire amount that we receive from the campaign, less about 7% for administrative fees, like running credit cards, etc., the cost of doing business. But the rest of it will go to Amy and John directly. Amy and I are working on that as of this morning. I will not touch it. It will not go through me. It will go directly to them. So, yes.
This is one of those I have to interject because
please.
In recent years, especially in the indie comic field and stuff.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of people out there scamming. There are a lot of grifters. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people who've done some shady things. Even in the romance region of things, there's been some grifts become rather prominent. That's why one thing I wanted to make sure that this came on the show. There are a few people in this world I trust, and there are a lot of people I like. Quite a good many I love, because if bigots can hate people irrationally, I can love them irrationally. It's the same logic. Mm-hmm. But there are a few people I would trust. And when Brian said he wanted to talk about this on this show, there was no hesitation. I'm like, do you need a special show? Do you want, how long do you want? What do you need? Because I think we've all been at a point where we are enduring a financial despair and doing it while dealing with a health issue. Because this doesn't go away. The old style of COVID, for lack of a better, is not something that leaves you. It leaves literal scars, seen and unseen. Mm-hmm. And especially for a writer to have memory issues. I think that's something we all fear as one of the biggest hobgoblins, because as long as we can get word to paper, we're usually okay. But if we can't access our own words reliably, mm-hmm. that's literally a nightmare. And so I don't ask a lot of you guys. I promote myself and I promote others. So I say, this is cool. If you dig it, cool. If you don't, that's okay. I don't say reach in your pocket. But I'm going to put some reach in your pocket if you can. This is, now, a lot of us are tight. We understand that. A lot of us.
We just had Christmas, yeah. So.
Well, we just had Christmas, and eggs are $7 a dozen. I mean.
Yeah.
That's.
And what? 6 months ago, you could have gotten them for under $1. Yeah.
Yes,
so.
it literally went from 79 cents to $7,
Yeah.
nearly 8. So yeah, a factor of 10. So I understand that we're hurting, but if you have wiggle room and you, especially if you know the Hales, please reach out. And if you don't feel bad. We all have been there. We all, I'm, forever tight. I'm perpetually, broke. So what we do is we share it. We share the message around. We spread it out. You get the word out and get help from the folks who can. I know some amazing people in a lot of fields, and my habit of making Venn diagrams more interesting as I travel through circles, which would never be my manipulative goal at all. I mean, what? No! But would times like this, that net that I weave catches people. And, they're fallen, so let's see if we can't catch them and help them out of this. We may come up with incentives and other means to raise money. It's not like there aren't a whole bunch of artists and creatives more than willing to donate work and their talents towards something like this. But for now, because that's my brain bubbling in the back, and it's not, I have to look at it before the words come out my mouth. I'm actually learning how to do this. It's only taken me 40 some odd years, but
what?
But I would like to see folks get what give what you can and raise them up, anything to help them get over this. And the reason I didn't tell the story is, one, Brian is much more eloquent and experienced on this matter. And let's be honest, somebody who worked for PBS is going to know how to ask for money.
Yeah.
So you just sit back, and I'm not quite taking notes, but it never hurts to know. Hashtag always educate, but we want to help them. And so what I'm going to do before we do anything else is I'm going to run what I have, and what I have is her plug, and I will be running it every single episode very early on to try to do my part. So here's her plug. I'll be back in about 50 seconds. Now, I'm running this ad and promoting her work, not only because she's a staggering author, because she is, but because maybe you don't feel like donating to the GoFundMe. That's fine. Maybe you want something out of it. That's fine, too. Our goal is to get them money. And if they get money by Amy selling some of her great books, well, gosh darn it, that'll have to work, too. Darr! But, and that also, as somebody who does the online sales, we don't talk about it much, but there's something that's it's rough to look and see, what are today's sales? Goose egg. When you're going through a rough time, you look and you see a sale or two, that the amount of buoying it does to the spirit is so powerful. Because you're not just, this isn't like you're going down to Barnes and Snowballs and you're picking up the latest ghost-written Patterson novel. Oh, yeah, I said it.
You beat me to it.
Somebody needs to beat him with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I read The Shadow.
We're Nobody, the money may go to someone who has more money earned probably monthly than I've earned in my life. I'm not real worried about him. Okay, for
Right.
the same amount, you can go and you can buy a book that'll be quality from a small creator, and that actually goes to paying bills. Dental bills. We've all had them. This this is a chance to do good. And when the world gives you that, that is a blessing. You may not realize it, but the opportunity to do good is a blessing because it blesses them and it comes right back at you, and usually more than you imagine. So you just keep doing that. Risingtide.pub. Yeah, that's what we're about. We're about building people up.
Rising tide.
And you'll note I have switched my ticker because I realized I'm going to want to be able to flip through the comments in a bit to keep people entertained, because especially it's hump day. I understand it. And this has been one of those week of Mondays, at least for me, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know when I became the living avatar of Chevy Chase in any of the National Lampoon movies, but I have full on spun out, flopped on my back. I mean, just where it's so grotesque that you end up laughing, even though you've rather hurt yourself because, dear Lord, of course, there's no camera. So we want to keep it upbeat around here and a little self-depreciating. But only me. Brian needs to be built up because he's the big guy. He is the big guy, and he needs it, and we miss him. And I got to hear. See, y'all, I got something to read here, and I'll admit it freely. I got to hear Brian's intro twice in one day because we missed launch, and I did not do it on purpose. I am not that.
I take full responsibility for distracting you.
Oh no. It really isn't you. I've had, like I said, I went at 9:30 to check on my computer because I knew there was an update.
Oh, ooh.
I got to sleep at 4:30.
Yeah.
And I have been battling it looks like it works and it doesn't. So everyone out there, all you broadcaster people, get that update in and then let it settle for a minute. This one's spicy, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what we'll do, I think it's a good time to hit the comments for a little bit. And we can, Brian, feel free to harass anyone that pops up. I don't want any mercy while you're here. You know?
No problem. I can even see if I've still got the old gift, and see if you can keep up with me.
Okay. Well, we have first through the door at 8:55 is Richard Asplund. Hi, Richie.
Hi, Richie.
Drop my like and say hi now. I'm in a class at 9 for a follow-up for 2 new attorneys who won't be able to listen in. See, that's what you're doing wrong. As part of your class, you should teach them where quality entertainment and education can be found right here on Nevermind the Furthermore. Exactly. Or better, right there with everything Brian K. Morris, Rising Tide Productions is doing. And your accountability, Richie. Jack all been hurting the past couple days and dealing with work and getting dragged to family functions. We'll be working more on fire later when, if time, family. This story that he's had has been the bane of my existence for about a decade. I am not being facetious. For those
no. I am laughing with you. I am not laughing at you or Rich. So I totally get it.
There are that story is legendary in the fury it brings out in me because I read it.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm going to tell the story again to anyone who hasn't heard it. I don't care. I read this thing. And it was really good. And at that time, I was the forever DM. And I'm going to try to avoid the topic of RPGs because what's going on is a whole lot of stress.
Or that's another 4 hours there.
Depending on how the conversation goes.
Right.
But Richie decided, I'll run a game for you. Different system, be whatever you want. Haven't not known what was going to happen in a story. At that time, 25 years, somewhere in there. What's it? It's based on that story. So I'm the only one who knows what to do, and it's a herd of cats. It's
Aren't
like,
they all?
oh my gosh. So yes, he like he no, I'm not going to repeat it because I've actually it's a joke I picked up from him that I have actually been the only thing I got Facebook dinged. I've been Facebook dinged twice. Once for accidentally clicking on a picture, and then before I could turn it off, I was dinged, and once for quoting Richie. So it involves
Yeah.
loving someone to death. Anyhow,
Oh, okay.
be good, be safe. No. I've got Brian in the house. There shall be no good.
There's no
No,
stunt doubles here, buddy. No
Strikes
seatbelts.
out. Be astounding. Be safe. Well, that's better.
That's doable.
I'll give you a hint. Brian has the tounding part of it. But good morning and happy hump day, Nevermore, says Joe Bachman. No, only a couple of link drops today, as I am doing today. That's fine. As I am not going to be around for the majority of the show. Yes, he has been lurking in and out of reality. I tell him to flee, but he won't listen. And the first thing Joe puts up is support the fundraiser for Amy and John Hale. We want to get them funded as soon as possible. GoFundMe.com/F/love for the Hales. Yes, folks.
Well, I was going to say also, as Carl Witzman has pointed out in the chat later on, they take GoFundMe will take credit cards, they will take Google Pay, they will take PayPal. So there are a multitude of ways, and if for some reason you want to contribute to this, but you want to write a check, contact me directly via Facebook, and we can work something out. I've got a couple people that I will be making a pledge in their name. Okay,
that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we'll make it work. Also want to say that last night, Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles, which y'all ought to be watching because it's fantastic, we had some great brainstorming last night, and Michaela and I and Carl and Donna will be setting up a list of places and a means for people that, if they don't want to contribute to the GoFundMe, can contribute to this. We're looking at establishing some sort of e-credit card at where they buy groceries, at where they buy gas, at where they buy feed for their chickens.
That's wonderful. Oh,
isn't that cool?
No, I'm sorry. Just for a second, you held that pose so well. I'm like, oh God, did he freeze? No. Yeah,
I practiced that
because I may or may not have illegal chickens that are going to get a lot more numbers with the egg prices going up. My Lord,
I'd be squeezing those little babies out every night if I could. I'd wring them out.
Well, it's winter, so they're getting their rest because they live longer if you let them rest during the winter. But we're gonna just say what the flock and get this done. But
exactly. But yes, and Joe makes a good point here. Go to author.amyhale.com if you would like a personally signed copy of any of her books. But if you want to deal with Amazon, Amy has her books there, also on Smashwords if you like ebooks too. But if you order them through Amazon, your order will help her name rise in the algorithms. And makes her easily more searchable, which helps her. So either way is a win-win. Not only are you going to get some great reading, but also Amy's going to get a little bit of love from the Zon. So,
and if you want to spice it up, please, those of you who are eligible to review books on the Zon, which I've found out that as an author on the Zon, I am not eligible to review books on the Zon.
It looks bad.
Apparently. They won't even let me. But
really?
Yeah. They won't. Apparently there was a you review my stuff, I'll review your stuff kind of shenanigans going on.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, all I talk to are authors. So anyhow, if you can get away with reviewing this, perhaps under an alias, I would never consider that. Review her books, be honest. You're allowed to be honest when you review them, because it will help them in the algorithm so much. Because if they get 50 reviews, 100 reviews,
it's like an increment of like 25, 50, 100 sort of thing. They get like a little extra push. You get a little push at 25, you get a little more push at 50. So that's why it is very important to leave reviews for your favorite authors. In fact, someone I know wrote a book about it.
I was
Check out
about.
my
I was
page.
setting that up. Excellent. Yes, I was going to say it's a shame there isn't a book out there for folks, but yes,
Yes, there is, people.
absolutely.
Highly readable, I will say. And it is also available on Smashwords and on Amazon. But even just, hey, I like this book, and leave some stars, regardless of the level, that will help Amy so very much. And again, and I say this not only as her friend, I say this as a fanboy.
Yes.
I love her work. I read Ulterior Motives. That was her first book, and that was the first book I read. And then I read her latest book, Neurosis. And in my review, I said my copy came print. Instead of that, it had like that waxy matte kind of finish. I accused Amazon of coating it with Elmer's glue because I couldn't put that book down.
Well said.
Thank you. But seriously, she does great work. She is a fantastic writer, and that's another thing. God bless John. Years ago, Amy had been writing articles for the for like the health and fitness audience.
I
And
thought you were going to say The Exorcist.
no, that's the people who are visiting me after the show. No, wish them luck. But anyway, Amy was in another field of magazine writing, and she wanted to move into novels. And she said, "I want to do this, and I would really love to do it full time." John said, "Quit your job. I'll make sure bills get paid." And that fast, and that kind of love, and and the thing is, part of what really hurt me about her situation is the well's dried up for the moment. She is not. She wants to write. Oh God, how she wants to write, but the mojo, the fuel, just isn't quite there due to everything else, and that was a major reason why I want to help get her out from under this debt of hers. So, but like I said, go to the GoFundMe address and contribute there if you can. And like I said, don't break your bank. Do not empty your bank account. Amy wouldn't want it. John wouldn't want it. None of us involved with this want that. Just whatever you feel like contributing. And like Nick touched on earlier, if you don't want to contribute via PayPal or via GoFundMe, or you don't trust crowdfunding, or you don't trust me, which I understand. But the thing is, share our messages. When we post something about Amy, share it on your page, because Amy knows a lot of people, but we don't know everyone who knows Amy. And if one of your friends or one of your contacts is an Amy Hale fan and they see this, maybe they'll get it. So you can help by sharing this message. Share the post that I put up, Michaela. We've had a number of great people sharing the message, and that's why we're at where we're at. And by the way, folks, I'd love it if we hit 2,000 or 20 contributors before the end of this show this morning while we're live. And also, real fast while I think of it, Michaela says later on she's going to be appearing with Susan Tisdale, the great romance author. I mean, this woman sells millions of books, and she's self-published. Okay, she's fantastic. She's the cheeky wench, and a really strong voice for independent creators. She has given Michaela Jade a couple of signed books. And also Linda Cox, who is sometimes Michaela's writing partner as Linnea Fletcher. Linda has given a set of 3 books in one of her trilogies.
See, we've got to set something up where we can either arrange an auction, or just a special store, like a pop-up store or something.
We're exploring all options, and also this is not just a plug for tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum, but there might be a special art thing going on tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. So y'all tune in. I'm not going to say what it is, and also down the road, I will reveal this now for anyone who is a writer. Michaela and I will be editing an anthology. a themed anthology, multi-genre. And I'm not saying that I will have something in there, but I've already completed one Mary Sue story that was the delight of ShadowCon this last weekend. And I might be writing something with a familiar character in the short story, too.
Where's my copy? I just had.
Yeah, where is your copy, Nick? Come on,
No,
hurry
I'm
up.
I'm trying. Hey, it's upside up too. I'm doing good.
No, you are such a pro.
I don't usually pull it, but yes, Santa Stein.
Yeah, Santa Stein. We will be having the first new Santa Stein story in 10 years.
I have to say something because
Yes.
I haven't got to say it in a long time.
Yeah.
The subtitle on Santa Stein is one of the most brilliant. I hear it, and I hear the tune "Thus Spake Zarathustra" in the background start up. You know, I there are a few movies that I want books to be. I mean, you know what I mean.
I do.
I see the old, like, almost Mel Brooksian huge letters all crumbled. Santa Stein, the post-holiday Prometheus.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, and every time I hear it, every time I see it referenced, and Cindy Koepp nails me with this. She does, because she always promotes, Santa Stein without saying Santa Stein. She likes to do this to me so that I have to stop and go, that's Santa Stein.
Yeah, she did that when I had the helm, and I had to stop and think a few times. It's like, hey, that book sounds good. Oh, wait, it's mine.
You end up writing a second book on the same premise from a completely different angle. No,
right.
No.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, newsflash: there will be a 10th anniversary hardcover edition of Santa Stein coming out later this year, with the original stage play that inspired the script for the stage play that inspired it.
I would love to see. Do you have any photos from that?
No. The play, we will also have a little history of the play. The play was never produced because it was solicited by a couple of Chicago theaters, but where I had contacts. But something about being too irreverent for the occasion. I really couldn't understand the criticism, but
it is rare. I would edit your speech writing because you're better at both than I am. However, I would supplement. It hasn't been produced yet.
Yeah.
You'll
read why.
Because we just need to get it in front of the right, truly warped. I mean, visionary individual, and it still could be, because I would love to see some adaptions of Brian K. Morris's works. I'm not saying
maybe in the charts too this year.
Yeah, see.
Like "Dew Upon the Seat" is my favorite, and we will probably be novelizing that later on.
Ooh, because we need the Alfred Hitchcock version of Brian coming with the outline of the head, and the fez.
It's more likely to be done in chalk, but anyway.
That could actually work. Just the
that would like that. The spotlight comes
out, the chalk animated around.
Yeah,
and then goes out Brian K. Morris.
There we go. There we go. And I apologize to the chat for sucking all the oxygen out of the room, but this is kind of important here. So
this is why I will keep things. My job is to keep the irreverency up, because this is too serious a topic to take seriously. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
But now, those of you who noticed, Joe mentions, it helps if I don't add an extra slash. Let's try that one. Good to see you've been doing your drills and you're just, adding that extra slash. It's always good when one of my sword fighting students, reflexively cut something. That means I'm doing my job.
There you go.
So let's try this with the link for those of you who want it to actually work. https:// www.author Michaela Hale. Author Michaela Hale.
Author Amy Hale.
I'm so used to saying it's like
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we say slash, we're not referring to Guns N' Roses. So anyway, yes, check out author Amy Hale for some great reading, and also you can find the links to Amy books at that address there. IndieCD.org. Holy cats! I feel totally inadequate because I haven't gotten my information in yet, but I will fix that this week, hopefully. So, but anyway, check out Amy Hale, her listing there. You will be so glad you did. Seriously.
And for folks who maybe spend a bit of time broadcasting more than maybe they should, Joe's been known to have your last 5 broadcasts accessible from your page.
Ooh.
So really, you want to do that. There's another reason, because you'll know I never do anything with just one reason.
That's true.
Why am I promoting IndieCD.org so hard? Well, it's almost like all donations and new member fees collected by IndieCD.org will be donated to their fundraiser for Amy and John Hale during the life of the fundraiser. Because I know the best people in the freaking world. And, it's funny. The rising tide tends to acknowledge that it rains.
Mm-hmm.
And we spend half our time floating each other up, and the other half putting up umbrellas, and it's the best dang group of people on the planet. I'll put you up against anybody. And we're joined by Michaela J., who's saying Joby is amazing, which
I couldn't agree more. And so is Michaela. Check out her show last night; it really was great.
Oh, they are just great folks.
Oh,
I can't watch broadcast TV now because I'm literally so busy watching people I know with better content that's like, have you watched mass-produced sitcom 246 and laughed at the laugh tracks because you're too dumb to recognize a joke?
Yeah.
No. I've been watching Comic Book Spectrum trying to recognize, good Lord, what are they on about this week? and get more Lady Mechanica out of Joe.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. For the sake
there
of
is
humanity,
no more Lady Mechanica. Go find the author. Make more. Heaven help me if somebody finds that at Ollie's or something. I'll just find a copy. Here, Nick, review it your damn self.
Or I'll just probably. Well, actually, I think I have seen Lady Mechanica at Ollie's, so maybe I'll just review the thing. Yeah. You had your chance, Joe.
Message me early, so I know to not go shopping that night. And good morning, Donna. Okay, we're gonna go through the greetings pretty quick so we can get to the other goodies.
Dawn, good to see you. Mwah.
Oh, and hi, Dawn. Popping in for a minute. You're always welcome. Pop in, sit a spell. You can take your shoes off. We're all family here. Yeah. Hey, Dawn. We got greetings. We got Donna Carly drinking coffee with salted caramel bear. Sorry. Drinking coffee with salted caramel Baileys and smoking a nub triple espresso. Donna lives the life of style and luxury that reminds me just what a filthy plebeian I truly am. And it's just, I'm not fit to scrub the dirt from her toga, but that is okay. Good morning, Donna. Nice to know you are living your best life.
That sounds like a morning to me.
Yeah. Morning, Dawn. Good morning, everyone. Oh, good morning. Ha! I used to be a morning person before I started watching all these late podcasts. I am in perpetually exhausted pigeon mode, okay?
Yeah, ditto.
I saw 5 a.m. I was up at 8 trying to get ready to be here for Brian because Brian matters. And so do you.
I appreciate
it. Dawn getting dressed and drinking. Some Koepp coffee with caramel vanilla coffee mate. Okay, there are 2 comments in there that catch the eye. First off, getting dressed. Which, because this is the morning show, we will skedaddle right by. We'll put a bookmark in that for any rooms that may or may not be green.
That's becoming almost a cliche now. This isn't the green room. This isn't the green room. Oh. And has my compatriot frozen up? Oh dear. Well, or is it me? Let's see here. Let me take over here. It has Nick Can somebody let me know if Nick has frozen up? I'm seeing it may be me.
Almost there.
Yeah, I was about to be Alexander Haig and tell everyone I'm in control. So
Oh well, feel free to take over whenever that happens. What happened?
like you can stop me. Instinct, instinct.
My lovely wife is actually home because she doesn't feel well.
Oh no, Amanda, we love you. Buy her books on Amazon, please.
Yes, please buy her books on Amazon. And to the folks who are asking, one moment, I one moment here.
Okay. Shall I carry on?
No. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe. Oh, I mean, wait a minute.
They want a sequel to Coy Wolf. Yeah, I get flack. They don't believe I'm telling you. So y'all see I am telling her. She's trying. She doesn't feel well now. Give her a bit.
She's got till after lunch to start producing.
Brian says you have till after lunch to start producing.
And that's Brian Rodman, by the way.
Oh, Brian Rodman? That's nice, Brian. You got a very eloquent raspberry. Followed by a 2-finger salute. Anyway. I know you did it, but that's the proper way to follow a raspberry. I grew up watching Are You Being Served? Anyway, I gotta get back to the normal program. I swiveled the camera, don't worry.
Tell Amanda I love her. Please.
They love you! Anyhow. Yes, as you can see, I've kept my program, fully professional, and there's no irreverence here whatsoever.
Yeah, maintaining my low standards. You could trip over my standards that I left you, so...
Well, you see, I learned a reference from Santa Stein, the post-holiday Prometheus.
Yes.
Sorry, it's right here. Oh, it's so good. But you know what? Okay, fine. I will take a moment. I will take a moment and say I won't promote Santa Stein for a moment. I'll promote Spencer Spook.
There you go.
Yes, folks, I have goodies. See, Brian, people worry. During a certain point, I acquired a good number of goodies, and they live in my study where they are safe. But let's get back. Okay.
Yes, back to the comments. Again, I apologize for taking up so much of your time, friends, but I'll go away if y'all pledge to GoFundMe.
Oh, no. Take our time, please. We waste it anyway.
Well, actually, there's one thing I do want to announce. One of the perks that I am doing, for every $1,000 that we raise at the GoFundMe, I will do a 1-hour clever title pending with a guest. This is on top of any updates that I give during the week. And so since we are at 1,500, I owe y'all a clever title pending, which I'm hoping to pay off this Tuesday. I've already inquired of a guest. I've been busy. This is why I'm only getting 3.5 hours of sleep a night, people.
Hey, you're not alone.
No, I know.
I don't count as a guest because guests are important in entertaining people. But
doing what I can. So anyway, we're still at 1545, and if we could get I'd love to get to 2,000, but I'd be very happy if we hit 16 and maybe get 2 more donations, because that helps us too in the algorithms at GoFundMe. So anyway, back to you, Nick.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Anyhow, okay. You think I would be a morning person, hence the name, but I'm more a get up early or stay up late if the situation warrants it. My problem is I do both at the same time, and then I crash and fizzle. It's like there needs to be a way where people will leave you alone in the afternoon to sleep, and the world would be a beautiful place. Just let me sleep 10 till 5. Yeah.
I'm the same way.
What? Anything that makes Michaela say woot, which I'm sure is the 1545, but I'm pro making Michaela say woot, and Dawn is saying yay.
Oh, yeah.
What a tag team, folks. Anyhow, it's also probably waking up at 4 a.m. with cats that make me grumpy, although Calvin let me sleep till 5 a.m. today. Yay!
Our feline overlords have taken mercy upon you, Carl.
That is why, dear friends,
Yes.
my cats sleep in they now have their own because of the epic catatorial battles. They each have their own overpriced, oh my god, did I spend this much on a comfortable cage for them to be safe at night?
Yeah.
They are no longer bunkmates. You see, animals.
Was it a messy breakup, or am I going to be reading about this on TMZ?
Oh God! I swear, halfway through they were dropping the Marvel superhero poses. They were breaking up the fights. I mean, if it took any longer, it would have filler episodes. But that being said, they're okay. We're okay. Carl,
Good.
Laughing at Carl. Is everyone ready for Lord Nick and BKM together? Okay, is anyone ready for that? No, but we're going to do it anyway.
That's right.
Remember, one of my hobbies is taking nouns and turning them into verbs.
Oh, that's okay. I brought Mike, so.
Michaela says, no one is ready for that, and
It's
you're never
true.
the same afterwards.
You betcha.
Go. It's okay, Brian. We'll high five. That makes it all legitimate. Anyhow,
There we go. Yeah.
Wow, that was terrible. We're horrible people.
We are.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought so too. Better get more coffee. Why? The raw energy blazing from this broadcast.
That's right.
I'm still trying to ramp it in because I have my manic time. I've been up for way too many hours, having ADHD creative spasms of nightmare. I think I'll teach myself to animate and do two short art pieces and try to do a stream, have it crash and burn, try to delete it, only delete it off of 2 formats. So you can still find it as I'm hey, well, that's not working. Talking math with a dyslexic. I will be reshooting. I will be reshooting my intro to building an RPG from the ground up video. It will be sometime when it's not 1 a.m., but midnight to 1 a.m., Nick thought it was a good idea right after the update.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the dark side, Carl. Took me 35 years to get you here.
These are not the cigars you were looking for. Move along.
Wow. My brain just synthesized.
Synthesized?
Synthesized. I like that word. Donna, and I'm
Genius.
totally okay with that. Darth Donna is a beautiful thing.
She is. We love her.
Yes. When George was still with us, he would get his insulin shot at 6 a.m. The alarm was a love-hate relationship. I'm assuming you're talking to a cat, and I'm sorry.
It was like a random neighbor down the street. Really scared the hell out of him every morning. So.
Diabetic assistance assassin. The guy gets up and she's just lurking like Spider-Man on the ceiling, drops down. Insulin. Ha!
Carl, I think we've got a sequel to the Mad Gasser cheerleader now, so get your pen and paper ready. Available on Lulu. # always promote your friends.
Oh, yes. That's my job. That's literally what...
Yeah!
That's what this book is. This entire book here. I either got a prompt or an idiotic idea, and I didn't have enough time to write a whole story, so I wrote what I knew to start it. And I had piles of these, so I'm like, ha! You can suffer too. But
Nick has suffered for his art, and now it's your turn.
Yeah. You know what? I woke up this morning and the assassins failed, so I'm making it everyone's problem. Moving on. I think when I was working, I'd get up early knowing that McDonald's was open and my breakfast was waiting. Now, Pop-Tarts. Okay, see, that's your problem. Get up, get dressed, drive down to Speedway if you have one, and get a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. They're like $2 for $4. They are 1,000 times better than McDonald's. You will suffer, likely, at one point or another from eating them. But, you know, some things are just so arcane and unholy. It's like, I accept the curse with I am about to consume. You know? So, you just got to keep that alive. Unfortunately, my nearest is 45 minutes. But when I can make it because something's gone interesting, I get my breakfast sandwich, and you should too.
Yeah, but you live close to a couple Casey's too, so.
Yes, but their breakfast sandwiches aren't as good.
Oh, that's a shame. Pizza. That's a shame. The one here in Lafayette, their breakfast burrito is exquisite.
You know what? I may have to go give that another shot. Give them a second.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by it, and of course, I love their pizza. So.
Oh yeah.
I just wish there was one on my side of town. You know.
I did not choose the Casey's Life. You know, the Casey's Life chose me.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, we're also getting a Love's truck stop just like a mile from me.
Oh, go! I heard that was coming in.
Yes, they've already started building it, and I love Love's.
Yeah.
Pilot and Flying J are basically my restaurants when I travel on weekends.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you eat where the truckers eat. Here's a great rule of thumb, guys. There are three places you always stop at. If you're traveling and you're hungry. Where the truckers stop.
Yep.
Where there's any farm equipment or where an Amish buggy is parked.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, those are good. See, I had my breakfast today was chocolate-covered granola bar that I inhaled, totally not talking to Brian, trying to get this going because it's been one of those days. So now I'm going to have to make a big old breakfast sandwich at home. Fortunately, I have the technology. I was the back end of McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm with you too, and I had to get carved up for this as well to revive my flagging body here. But I understand all that. But you can get some. Also, I look for Koepp cars.
Oh, Koepp cars is good.
Koepp cars is great. That's how I found when I first moved over here to Lafayette. That's how I found most of the really good restaurants because they're going to go one where the food is good, it's inexpensive, and you more often than not will be able to see it being prepared, so you know it's good.
Right, because some people, the police are worried about some people taking out their
disgruntledness. And it has happened, unfortunately.
Of course.
Yeah. So.
And that is one of the great tragedies of life, but it's a balance.
Yeah, it is. And you can tell I'm here because we're running now about an hour and 15 minutes behind the chat. So sorry, guys.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
they understand. Let's see. We got greetings.
Greetings.
Yeah, that's how I cheat. Greetings.
Yeah, I do. I do the same thing. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Zip. Yep.
Busy morning this morning, trying to get things prepared for a meeting on the next job site at 10 a.m. this morning. Ooh. Doing stuff for getting the mortgage on the house and getting more caffeine. You get it, because Joe Bachman is doing everything. He's learning how to do apps. He's running construction. He's doing some amazing things to help his mom. His mom, Miss Terry Bachman, will be having a book out soon called Infinity.
Oh, nice.
I am aware of this because I may or may not be the cover author, artist.
Cool.
So, because I like to keep my finger in that, and Joe gets the Fay rate. Everyone else has to follow one of my more important rules. Let's see if it is here. And I give this as a gift to all of you.
Yes.
As creatives, as authors, remember the mantra of Malcolm Reynolds. I do the job, I get paid.
Yep.
Thank you. This has been a public service announcement from the Bronco.
We're like G.I. Joe. See you next week, kids.
The more you know, because knowing is half the battle, and the other half is red and blue lasers. But, okay, here we are.
Yes.
Bless that busy Joe. He's keeping the economy running. So glad that I'm now a non-productive member of society. Except for books, short stories, editing, book. Yes, I am proudly the hardest working unemployed man on the planet. Although
really is.
Carl gives me a run for my money.
Yeah,
Skull to my coffee drinkers! Hammer to anyone who understands!
It's hammer time. Yes, and Carl will be doing the cover to the anthology that we discussed earlier.
Excellent. God, I miss coffee. That's why I drink chicory, actually.
Chicory's not bad. Chicory's not bad.
It's a little bitter. It takes some work.
Yeah.
But ironically, I did not... how do I put this? I love flowers, but I grew up in a very hyper-masculine upbringing.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get to... And I actually found out my favorite flower is chicory. It's that little raggedy kind of defiant blue flower.
Yeah,
It's in the dandelion family.
Yeah, and they used to serve that in World War II so that, to the public, so that the real coffee could go to the GIs fighting in Europe and Asia. Because my grandmother had that, and she learned to hate chicory. I like it myself. I don't like it as much as regular coffee, but I do like chicory, and I don't think it has the same level of caffeine, if any.
It has none. That's why I drink
it. Okay.
Because the reason my hand stops working is I developed severe neuropathy in my hands and feet.
That's right. Yeah.
And the medication that I have to take has to be a non-stimulant because stimulants clash with it. So if I drink coffee or caffeine, within about 5 minutes, it starts to feel like my hands are being electrocuted, quite literally, as someone who's been electrocuted.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it was a great deterrent. I mean, the doctor was really impressed. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I had shock therapy without having to pay for it.
It reminds you.
Yes, it does. And occasionally I'll get something that I didn't know had caffeine in it, or I'll eat too much chocolate. And be like, I get to be awake for a while no matter what happens. But, Carl.
She mocks us.
Well, yes, I'm not going to give any explanation for that. She's just laughing. And we've got the GoFundMe, which is scrolling across the bottom.
Contribute,
Go there, spend money. Okay? I'm not going to say give till it hurts, but it's okay.
Give till it feels good.
Good.
It could be an orgasm coming from your wallet.
Anyway. Boy. I almost wish I was sponsored by Ridge Wallets right there, because grabbing a Ridge Wallet would be so... Do you... Oh, no. I should go get my wallet. It's this thick, about that wide. It is literally the perfect anti-wallet. Yeah. And I've lost it so much, my wife made me get a tracker.
Yeah,
so I have a card tracker
yeah.
With a button that calls my phone.
Right.
And it's on my keys.
Yeah.
But anytime I move wrong in the car, my wallet will call my phone.
Yeah. Well, by the way, this is not a Ridge. We are not sponsored by Ridge. This is my $10 truck stop version of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it works. Yeah. It works just fine. So it's
absolutely.
Really nice. Yeah.
I just carry too much junk otherwise.
Yeah.
And here we go. Maybe. I thought my phone was lagging.
Nope.
Indiana time runs differently. That's right, folks.
It's true. It's true.
I recently found out, according to my neighbor, who I love, though is an interesting narrator on matters of time and space and everything else.
Okay.
At some point, there was an asteroid strike not far from where we are, near one of the quarries. Okay. And since then, our area has been warped and cursed, and nothing has worked right.
Okay.
So, it wasn't our fault that we didn't start on time.
No, of course not.
The remains of the evil asteroid. It's sort of like Diablo, but much, much slower.
Yeah, because you and I are seasoned professionals and would never do that sort of thing.
Absolutely not. And any mistake we ever make is to make you feel better as mere mortals.
Mm.
Anyhow,
3 bags
yes.
full, sir.
Indiana's on the wrong time zone for 82 of the 92 counties, roughly.
No, it's those 10 counties that are out of line because they agree with Illinois.
Well, you have Greater Chicago and then Indiana. As one of the former Dune people, the Sand people,
right? Yeah.
I understand the loyalties. That's where I learned that it's okay for New York. I understand New York has to feel special. It's not bad having the second best pizza in the world, but
yes.
Second place is just first loser. Moving on. Hey, man, Joe. And good morning, everyone. Good morning, Blue Teddy Narrations. She was a guest on Art Time with Nick. I had a wonderful time critiquing some of her art, and I'm looking forward to in a few weeks, hitting up with her to see how her progress is. A delightful person who needs to stream more. She's delightful. We like her. Don't let your imposter syndrome get you.
Remember, if you've got it, Blue Teddy Narrations, this is a quote from Carl Witzman that I use at every lecture that I give on imposter syndrome. The only people who feel imposter syndrome are the people who have actually done something.
And you are among friends. And I will also tell you this. I believe in being kind, not nice. Which means, friends, this upsets some people, but it is kinder for me to tell the truth when somebody has a failing than it is to be nice and let them fail again publicly. So if you were doing something wrong, I would probably privately let you know.
Yes. That's the best way.
Unless you earn my wrath. No, but Blue Teddy couldn't do that. She's sweetness and light. Meow. We got more greetings. And Kelly Carlisle, the video still is being glitchy. You might have it on your end, but I'm so looking. Brian, this is one you got to watch.
Yes.
Bishop Kincaid's from the Paranormal Case Files of Bishop Kincaid.
I am familiar with this book.
I am so eager to get a piece of this one, and I am. It will be tangibly in my hot little hands soon, and I will do a proper review. I may do a video review. If I can get to where I can read it, I may start doing actual video reviews of the books that people create, and especially those that they send me.
Yeah.
Seriously, always collect, but
that's right. And also, you may see somebody's name in there.
Aha!
So, just
could it have the same kind of quality editing that the Jack Kirby book is so well known for?
Well, I don't know if it will be that good. But everybody knows this is a great book, and as I say, get this directly from the author Glenn B. Fleming on Facebook. Hit him up on DM, and you can get a book about his visit to the King of Comics, Jack Kirby. Now, I edited this book. Now, he also accompanies it with a CD about where he filmed his second visit with Kirby, but I didn't edit it, so screw that noise. Anyway,
see, he should have just known to come get you on his way. He was coming from England. He could have easily swung by.
I know, what kind of friend is that, right? Even though it was like 30 years before he met me. I mean, really. And I still like the guy. What is wrong with me? I'm a forgiving type, that's why.
And he's just so dashing. He really is.
He's a wonderful talent, and check out his artwork. And he's got other things on Amazon too. Check them out; they're really, really terrific. Now, I did that one morning on Randy Zimmerman's show, his early Friday morning show. Glenn was there, and I did an Eric Hawkins. Like, well, I didn't have anything to do with this, so screw it. And I threw it off camera, and nobody laughed louder than Glenn. Thank God.
Well, because he has a British sense of humor, which means it usually works.
Yeah, but, so do I, so...
It's funny, all of us PBS-adjacent individuals, know?
Yeah, I speak fluent Goonie.
Wow, that's a callback. Okay.
Isn't that, though? And 3 Ronnies, or 2 Ronnies. And, yes.
he unlocked the Wayback Machine to other things I'm not supposed to have watched, but you
Yeah,
have to
same here.
understand. I grew up with Mr. Rogers in the afternoon and Betty Hill at night.
Oh,
So this is how you, as like a
wow.
very small child,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So the idea of people running around in their underwear for no apparent reason just doesn't faze me. It seems natural. Anyway,
Yeah.
and Carl's sharing the link for the GoFundMe.com
Thank you, brother.
slash love for the Hales. I will be playing with that till I get the cadence right, and then it will be forever in my mind.
Yes.
Don is driving but listening. Well, Don, we will try to be 125% funnier. Pull over if you're laughing too hard, or if our, the dulcet tones of my voice and Brian's is a little too much for you. That's okay. Breathe. Think of England. Think of Glenn. It'll help. Just pull it down and then get back on the road and continue your trip.
I think of Glenn, and that's what it has that effect on me too. So yeah.
Hey,
I would tell Glenn to his face. So we love you, Glenn.
In more ways than you expect.
That's right. That's why there will always be an England.
The sun never sets on England.
That's right. We treasure our eccentrics.
Yeah.
Yes, we do, Joe. You're absolutely right. We would like to get this funded as soon as possible so I can get a full night's sleep. Which, by the way, I also said that I owe you all a show because we've cracked the $1,000 mark. For every $1,000, I will do a full hour with a guest, Clever Tile Pending, and as if that were not enough, when we hit the 30,000, I will do a 6-hour extravaganza on top of the 1 hour that I will owe you for that 30th episode. And so if we raise 3,500, if we raise 35,000 rather, that's 35 episodes of Clever Tile Pending I'm going to have to come up with. So,
oh come on! I have no doubt you have that many titles pending.
Oh, we do. We do. We could very comfortably have that show back on, but as it is right now, we're doing one a month, but except during this special time. So if you want to see me back on the air on a more regular basis, or you want to see me collapse like I almost did during the pandemic, and I did do during one episode of Clever of CBS, please send some money to the GoFundMe campaign and watch Brian have a heart infarction. So,
well, Brian, I mean, aside from the actual heavy grade collapsing, I think everybody who streams long enough falls asleep on camera at least once.
I actually passed out. I didn't.
I know, and it's so horrible because we were so worried about you, and now I have to look back and like all great injury and stories. It's like, now don't laugh, but.
Yeah, it is funny in retrospect, but Clyde Hall said he was so impressed with me. God bless him, because it's like I'm like this, and suddenly I hear my name is like, okay, now for my review, I'd like to cover, just slid right into it.
I will confess, at one point in the middle of one of the larger panel shows, because when I do Nerd Bacon, I don't know what battlefield I'm going into.
Yeah, I know that's a great reason to watch that show. Luke
does not warn me a lot of the times. And even when he warns me, there's a moment where the screen goes kind of blank.
Yeah.
While it's running the bacon ad.
Right.
Before I can see everything.
Yeah.
And it'll be just me and Luke. Okay, cool. No biggie.
Right.
The screen goes blank. It comes back. There are 8 people there. And it's funny because it's an international lot. I mean, we got
it's true. You guys get some great guests.
All over the world. Glenn will show up in there. Randy will show up, and suddenly the whole conversation will go somewhere completely unexpected.
Yeah.
And there was one where I was sitting here, and they got into a very heated discussion about something that I was rather indifferent to. And they got in the perfect cadence. I'm like,
yeah. Next thing you know, you're awake in a bathtub full of ice. I get it.
Basically, I look around real slow and I go, no. I think you're. I found out nobody caught me. I could have gotten totally away with it. because we get some. Luke's got a big personality, and I don't have that big a personality when it comes to that show. No,
Okay.
usually I keep because
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
a
my
good
show.
sidekick. You're a good sidekick.
Yeah, that's my job is to make Luke look good.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, hey Nick, you want to co-host a show with me? I said sure. Okay, it starts then. Click. I looked at Mandy. I went, I don't know if I just agreed to co-host an episode or a series, but well, that's what I get for signing a blank check, and I'm still at it for now.
Yeah,
But
that's why I presented you with all the caveats. Okay, this is the 3 time a week show, but you can do what you want with it.
and I keep it 3 times a week, Monday and Friday. I try to keep it to an hour.
Yeah.
Nina gets mad at me when I say I want to cut it off to not overwalk.
Yeah.
I want to say Raging 2. It's the Indie Comics Network now.
Yeah, I still do Raging 2 myself,
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
but yeah, I always tried to do the same thing, but nobody let me.
see, guys, we're gonna cut it.
Excuse me. Yes. Yeah.
You're welcome to keep commenting, but I won't be here because I want to make sure you guys get a chance to talk to Daphne Lage.
That's right. You guys can go anywhere you want, but you can't stay here.
Stay here. Actually, no, stay here. Chat in the.
That's right. Yeah, you don't need me.
I don't mind. And
Yeah.
I have one thing I'm proud of this chat. I've had times, both this chat and one time on the Historical Fencing Guild, my net blacked out.
Ooh,
Everything shut down. I couldn't shut down the stream.
Yeah.
Because the tower's right here.
Right. Yeah, you sit under
So
that thing.
I'm fighting it, and we're literally trying to call people, getting a line out of Illinois.
Right.
I come back, I'm trying to turn it off, and they're still chatting. They chatted for like 20 minutes of black screen.
Wow.
I'm
That's
like,
great.
I have some of the best chats in the world.
You
And
do.
speaking
You
of
really
them,
do.
God! And see, I love when we have one of these because I can go completely irreverent and lose all connection to whatever's being referenced. And help buying Amy Books Hales on her website, www.authoramyhale.com. I said the important part. And you can also find her links on indiecd.org about Amy Hale. All donations and member fees will be collected. And we're finally getting highs.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Donna.
That's an armful of sleeping kitty. I bet that cat's awake by now. What's up?
With us here, damn right it is.
Oh, wow.
Love you, Mike Jimmy.
What up, lovies? Hi, Mike Jimmy. It is so cool what he is doing on Saturdays. There are a couple programs you have to watch.
What a fine show.
Sketchy Saturdays. If you are an artist, guys, stop. I know I get a different crowd than we all used to get. I get a little more artists. The opportunity that is, I've been on a couple times, which I did not feel I deserved to be, but wow. Sketchy Saturdays, if you want to see a true masterwork of what it's like to be in a bullpen of some of the world's greatest comic artists. This is not hyperbole at all. It's a privilege because you get to hear, while they're doing just incredible art, the cadence of what they're talking about. And it's, we throw the word masters around very lightly. These guys are true masters of their craft. And even if you feel intimidated, literally just shutting up and listening, you will both learn so much about the field and what's going on and just the art. That is incredible. And he's hooked on animation. He's doing this animated pilot for Life on Coral, which is crowdfunding. Get that book.
Yes.
Volumes 1 through 5, I think, are all condensed in this omnibus he's doing right now. And as a little kid, I had a crazy belief that if you became a cartoon, you were immortal. I really did. It sounds stupid, but and this is pre-Roger Rabbit. I really believed if you became a cartoon, you were immortal because you see what happens to cartoons and they keep going. Yep. And because of Mike Jimmy, I'm going to be a cartoon. I am. Nice. I got to voice a 4-eyed, 6-limbed, slightly mentally degrading Space Lizard.
Uh-huh. Nice.
With Daphne Lage and Nita Lanning.
Yeah.
And one of these days I'm going to get Nita on the show. She
Yeah.
gets very shy. I want her on a Wednesday to talk about what she does, but she doesn't believe she does anything. It drives me nuts. So, friends, I would never reach out to you, and I would never say reach out to Nita and say, you know what, you should do a show with Nick. You might have fun. I would never tell you to try to help me leverage her with a crowbar out from behind the curtain to talk about all the neat things she's doing and how she does them, because she knows more about crowdfunding than dang near anybody I've ever met, and she can produce a mean show.
Yeah,
So-
she does. She does a super job. I'm always so very proud of her, and I wouldn't mind getting her on Clever Title Pending one of these times.
I smell a panel show coming.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Mike Jimmy Lorsha DeBron. I love his initials. It just makes me happy.
Yeah.
Hey, Carl. Donna would say hello too, but she's a cat pillow right now. Uh-oh, who let the original Dustman back in? I thought we were all over this. No, you don't understand. This is the Delta variant of it's back, baby.
That's right, my God. No Omicron here, my gosh. We're not the life-affirming version of that. We're the sinister one. Love you too, Mike Jimmy. I really do. And thank you for contributing to Amy and John. I got to give you a public shout-out. Thank you to everyone, all 18 of everyone who has pledged so far. So
thank you so much. And I always ask you to like, share, and subscribe because that's what I'm supposed to do. But
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's not about me. This one is a next level of not about me. So please, I want to see this when I open up Facebook on other people's feeds because I check to see who's sharing. I do. I
do
watch
too.
and I want to see you do that. And we've got LOL at Mike Jimmy. We've got Rising Tide Studio, website.com/RisingTide.pub. It is so hard for me not to say .pub because I have Risingtide.pub on permanent speed dial in
And both work. Both work. Mine's the shortcut.
And it's so good. And we're joined by Grant Lankard. And
Hey, Grant.
I know this guy. And you know what I know? I know I've been very kind to Brian because he's here. But with
He'll get
Grant
over
coming through the door, let me see where. Here it is. I need to borrow you guys for 47
Hazel
seconds.
always knew there was something special about her cat Mooney, but she's still shocked when Mooney opens his mouth to tell her he's just had a vision. An ancient evil has awoken after centuries of sleep, and only one man can stop it, the legendary warrior Beowulf. Unfortunately, it's been over 1,000 years since he slayed a dragon, and he's been reincarnated as this guy. His name is Victor, and he's more unemployed millennial slacker than mighty warrior.
Good stuff.
That's good stuff. And I do try to. I want to run some of you guys' ads. I hate running it when I have a guest because then I have to sit there, but it's
Sorry.
tradition.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
now I have
let
to
me
find
hold,
where I
let me
was.
hold you up on anything. You know I don't stand on ceremony.
Oh, no. Well, dear Lord.
What?
Oh, something happened with Mike Jimmy, or a very interesting glitch that I've never seen.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that when you were frozen. The multiple whatevers. So we may not be as behind as we thought.
Yes, that's.
Thank goodness.
Well, no. Like I said, I'm pretty good at keeping things hopping. It just.
Yeah, you are. You really are. Unlike the previous administration. Holy cats, what happened?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, once you get past that, man, I think we're about caught up.
Yep. We got greetings. I love the hello, Miss Donna. Like that's a great greeting. I love the exchanges we have. Hey,
Yes.
Grant. And you know what? I talked about Mike Jimmy. I didn't run his spot. I will run your spot later before the day is over.
I'll see to it, Mike Jimmy. We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you the show here.
Because at some point I'll need another drink of water. I mean, what? No, I don't have my ad space for what I need to do during that time.
Of course not.
One thing I love is the love across the pond for Donna.
Yeah.
Like, she really is legendary.
She is. She really is. She's awesome.
That's why she is depicted petting the purple dragon on the cover page, on the cover site for Indie Creator Directory.
Oh.
That's something that is a piece of art I did for Donna because she made a smart aleck remark, I believe, in the green room.
I was gonna say petting the purple dragon. Is that code?
No, literally. They were
Okay.
talking about what would you do if they saw a dragon, and it was, well, I'd pet it. Morning energy, caffeine fueled. Evening energy, exhaustion.
Amen, Dawn.
By the way, arrived and parked.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
I hope you arrived in style. How far? When I'm in this mood, it's like, how far can I skate my ratings? It is one hail of a bill.
Yes.
HTTPS www.gofundme.com/f/love for the hails.
Yes, and we're still. Oh no! Wait a second. We just got an anonymous donation. Thank you. We're now at $1,565. Can we get another 35 before the end of this show? Which, given how far behind we are, could mean you could go out and get a paper route by that time. So.
Absolutely. But if we do it right, the interest alone will get us there.
That's true.
My accountability, yes. My accountability is I've
Good.
just been playing with the notes you gave me. Oh, and Smoke and Mirrors will be making the switch to color soon.
Oh.
Smoke and Mirrors is her webcomic on Tapas.
Oh, nice.
And wonderful. Guys,
Cool.
especially artists, but writers too.
Yeah.
Quit degrading playing around with ideas. Even if you're just jotting something down, sketching things. That is how you grow. Have you noticed that as a kid, learning was kind of fun because you were playing? And then some moron brainwashed everybody thinking, you have to stop playing and be miserable because that's what being a man is, or a grown adult, or a woman, or whatever you may choose to be, reasonable, mature consumer. No. One may become an adult, but one need not grow up. Life is far too important to be taken seriously. That's why when you look on my desk, you have things like the original art for Jessica Rabbit, Brian Rodman, which is still here. If I ever get to see him, I may give him that if it survives. It may end up tapped on my wall of awesome since I finally found some poster sticky. But
well, you're only 4 hours away. I'll tell them to come up and visit you.
You just see this big RV looking thing with tubes, and it opens up. He comes out in his nebulizer suit.
Yeah.
Isn't there something about a nebulizer suit somewhere with a really dashing voice?
Yes, I believe there is a comic book coming out finally after the very successful Kickstarter coming from Mr. Robin. He's been posting some pictures of it lately.
Oh my!
Oh,
it would just be terrible if that became an animated thing. I can point two animators who you should talk to.
Yeah,
if you want to. One definitely Pedro Ang at Ngila on Twitter.
Chef's
incredible work, reasonably priced. I mean, it's money, but it's money in South American money, not like money.
Okay, yeah.
You're gonna rent your car.
Yeah, what we spend on a latte, because they can live like a Rockefeller for a week. Yeah.
Well, close enough, but
yeah.
No, he's incredible, and when I hit the $1 billion, I am simply abducting him and a few other international talents and forming a think tank of awesome.
Oh God, yes.
Think tank of awesome.
Yeah.
League of Extraordinary Individuals. This is totally different from the other league because that would get us sued.
That's true. That's true.
But yes, play. And we got 1545 at 917. Wow, I'm only a little bit behind.
Not bad.
This is legendary behind for me, and I'm accepting it. Glad to hear you're safe, Dawn. Hey, Blue Teddy.
It's my fault.
I've been sharing it. I can't donate. Maybe if I get some money by the end of the month, I can donate. All right, so folks, here's the
That's
idea.
fine.
Buy Grant's comics
Yes.
so that he can donate money to Amy. It's not racketeering. It's just creative finance.
That's right. Yeah.
Yay! See, Donna is pro both racketeering and creative finance. She's a flexible woman.
That's right.
Have to hop to head for the meeting and job site. I'll catch you on Friday. First, though, an important link dump. Support your fundraiser for Amy and John Hale. We want to get this funded as soon as possible. www.gofundme.com/F/love for the Hales. Once I find it, thanks, Joe B. Sharing the link helps too.
Mm-hmm.
Grant, sharing is important. Yes, sharing is caring.
That's right.
I almost had a green room moment. We'll just keep trucking.
Move on.
Help her out by buying Amy Hale's books on her website because I see Brian, so I know I'm safe to get in trouble because I haven't seen him broadcast in I have to look at the background and go, no, the rainbow is up, Nick. Got to be good.
That's right. We got
our care
straight and narrow.
I just don't want to sweat through my fez. That's the only reason it comes off. Okay. You also find links on Amy Hale's books at https://INDIECD.org about Amy Hale. All donations and new member fees collected by INDIECD.org will be donated to the fundraiser for Amy and John Hale during the life of the fundraiser. On that note, see you all later because Joe Bachman is just that danged amazing.
He is.
Have a good day, Joe. See you. Oh, let's see. And that's a comment dump because that's what I needed.
I'm surprised you haven't had one before now.
Oh no, that's part of the reason I ran the ad. It gave me a chance to scroll through the comment dump.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I do shady things like that.
Yes, you don't announce it all the time like I used to. So yeah.
Well, sometimes I do. It
you
depends on
do.
how.
See, I do watch. I just don't always comment because I have nothing to say, believe it or not, or I'm busy.
I understand.
Yeah.
Almost forgot to put my like on this, but he did it, and you should too.
That's right.
Look, I know we're broadcasting to Twitter, which really doesn't give you much feedback, but it does get to some eyes that couldn't watch it otherwise.
Right.
Broadcast to Facebook, and we broadcast to the Nicholas Tockert channel on YouTube. Wherever you're watching, like it. If you have the means to hop over to YouTube and like it there too, that would be awesome. Let's see. Dawn says, gotta bounce. Yes, you do. Hope y'all will be raising Amy Hale after my appointment. Oh, it's probably after your appointment at the time we're doing this.
Yeah, you're probably curious.
GoFundMe.com accepts credit cards, PayPal, Google Play too, but please don't give so much it puts you in a bad spot too. Yes, because we're all that way and we understand it. Now I know exactly where we were. Brian is about as credible as they get on these kind of things. So be sure to give out the love Amy needs and help out. Sharing is caring too. Yes.
Thank you, Mike Jimmy. Appreciate that, brother.
Also throw some love to Nick and give him that like and subscribe. Thank you.
Yes,
I do
definitely.
appreciate that. Got an update from a friend. We will share this and talk about it on her show too. Okay.
Yeah, Mikhail, if you're still here, make sure I get those links so I can promote you, okay? Maybe show up. If you're still here.
So, if you want Doctor Who to continue on this PBS channel, donate now because this is made possible by viewers like you. And now back to Revenge of the Daleks against the Cybermen. And yeah,
there you go. Yeah, and actually, when I mentioned I used to work for PBS, I got the job by being a volunteer for 5 years.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, because my then girlfriend, her roommate worked at the broadcast center, and that's how I got in. In fact, I have a story. I have it right here. My Patrick Troughton picture. I'm not gonna take it down. It's up. Oh, I see why. I've got something else behind it. But anyway, I've got a picture of Patrick Troughton, a signed one. And my first day working PBS, we had to clear out the storeroom for the pledges, and we were getting rid of things that the shows maybe we didn't watch, or we didn't have the rights to broadcast anymore, or might be something where, like with Doctor Who, you buy, like, at the time you bought like a doctor or
Right.
a couple of doctors, and then you could run it like so many times within a specified time period. They had run out of the rights to do the Troughton. So my first day there, the first thing, is like, well, here, you want this book? You want this record? Oh, Brian, here's a picture of some guy playing Doctor Who. Would you like it? And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, mother. So yeah, that's from my time at PBS. So
That is so cool.
yeah, it was so much fun. So
And there are, if I ever make it big, I
When-
want to do something for PBS. I'm
yeah,
serious.
when you
like,
make it big,
When? What? See, that's why I need you around, because I'll do the same thing. Yeah. This is why we work so well. It's so
We
nice
do.
to have my mentor. I mean, he really is the original Sith for this whole thing. There can only be two, but that's my song. Okay, cool, Michaela. Susan Tinsdale has offered me a spot on her show to promote Amy.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Fantastic, huh?
That
Well
speaks
done.
both to your accomplishments, Michaela, that you are known in such a community, and to her character that she's willing to help out somebody. That's huge.
Yeah, I got to meet Susan one time at a show in Peoria about 3-4 years ago, and she's fantastic. What you see when you see her on her YouTube or her TikTok videos, that's her. She ain't putting on any airs. She's
Oh.
the cheeky wench. She is great.
My favorite kind of people. Speaking of favorite kind of people, Kelly Carlisle says, if the Hales have a safe address at a post office or something, maybe can also send a little gifts like baskets or shoes, etc. As some people feel more comfortable giving that way instead of money.
Yeah, Kelly was a great generator of ideas last night on Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles, so please check that out on YouTube. And yeah, that's a super idea, Kelly. We are listening to all ideas. We haven't heard any bad ones so far. It's just a matter of implementing them. For instance, we might have stuff sent to one of us because depending on how Amy feels about it, or contact her directly and see if you can get her street address. So
I think that's a wonderful idea. And
yeah, I do too.
Donna's face palming at Carl Witzman probably because of the PBS. Hey, don't yuck my yum.
That's right.
I just found out this week that one of my major life goals is something I will never ever reach for because of certain, shall we say, corporate betrayals of a community. Keeping it down.
I'm keeping it down. I think I know where you're going, and I'm doing my Carl on you.
Yeah. If this weren't this show, it would be a very different episode right now. We'll
Yes.
put it that way.
Yes.
If they have a safe address, maybe it's almost the same as a gift card, but some feel funny about gift cards and money. Just a
That's
thought.
a good point. That's a good point, Kelly. Thank you. I'll
Now-
run it by Amy, who might be listening to this right now, and we'll work something up. About 98% of what I do, I run by Amy first, so she's not blindsided by it. I think launching the one of the few things I did without her permission was launching the campaign yesterday without much fanfare. So yeah. But anyway, Amy is involved in all major decisions concerning this campaign. So please give generously. I'll check that once again. It was still at $15.65 with 19 donations. Oh, I hit the wrong button. It's almost like I'm doing my show.
It's okay. It's
And we're still
it's weird when you're
1565.
not on your network. Like, I get it. Now,
It's tough not
for
having that control.
some reason, Mike, Jimmy, and Lorsh DeBron decided to do a rendition of the telegraph part of that song with Western Union.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's da 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 da. It's literally, guys. Da, da, da. I could change it, but it's da,
Yeah,
da,
he
da,
is
da,
changing
da,
it,
da.
folks. He is changing it, really.
Western Union. Da, 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 da. Now that's just stuck in my head. Thank you. But
That's
he
not a
did
bad
that
song to
like
have.
I honestly don't know how he managed to do that many times in 1 minute,
Yeah.
and followed by an
My battle cry.
I love you, Mike. Jimmy, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. Sorry, guys, I don't know what went wrong there. I'm telling you were just rocking out. See, if you had some dashes in there, I could try to run it through Morse code. Anyhow, hey, Shelby. Shelby says hi. MJ is glitching. No, he's just setting up for the bass drop, guys. It's...
That's right.
I got some LED lighting I can fire up if I need to.
Cool.
Carl's talking about the kitty. Just a weird little bit. 3 keyboards and something went wrong somewhere. No spoofs
for Shelby.
we love Shelby. Hashtag no spoops for Shelby has a ring to it that needs to float around somewhere. Anyway, Lulu authors can review with impunity on Amazon. Please do so. Is there a way y'all can make it for MJ signing? We can always get a brick and mortar fun thing there. Waiting for the doc, LOL, so I'll poof again. Michaela Jade must be having a signing. And you know what? Before we do anything, I have a promise to keep.
Yes.
Because I realized what was going on. Subconsciously, our dear, dear friend, Mike Jimmy, let me come here and risk. Comment dump! Oh, it's a comment dump during a comment dump. This is cool. Wow. I feel like I am playing the Bob Barker's old show. The Price is Right.
Right,
The wheel is just spinning. But we'll figure that out in a minute. Since it needs time to figure out and I have a promise to keep, we will do this. Aha! I love that. That is just, it is so amazing. And it reminds me how much I love animation. And Lord knows I need more difficult things to get back into. And let's see where we were. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Mike Jimmy did the animation himself on that.
Yes, he did.
And Dan Holofield music, too.
I will need to speak with Dan about getting some custom music made, because if I can ever get through my huge project list, I want to go back to doing the stop motion big stomping robots.
Yeah,
and I would
some of
love
that's on
to
your
get
website,
something-
your YouTube.
Yep, I would love to get something, epic for the next version of that, but because I collect skills the way some people collect comic books. Okay, now.
We're under an hour. We're under an hour now.
Yeah, we're catching up now that we've done the
we
walk
are.
to Mike. I have a
celebrating.
question for you guys if you're up to it. Okay.
Let's find out.
Grat Wanker did a 5-year plan last night that turned into a 10-year plan. Do you think planning things out that far is counterproductive?
No.
Having, if you were I will admit my weakness. I am a pantser in life on such levels as uh, I'm in a part of the state I never expected to be in.
Mm.
I am in careers that I never expected to be in. I'm involved in things I never imagined I'd be involved in. Uh,
Here we are.
Here we are. So, what I would say is make your plans, but don't marry your plans.
Right.
And if, but if you have an idea, jot it out. Jot it out.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I dig it. Did he freeze? Take over, Brian. Brian's still going. Yes.
Because I'm a pro.
It's all about that Brian K. Morris stamina.
That's right.
The real reason. The,
Not the green room. Anyway.
the real reason to hashtag
bring cookie home. Thank you.
And there's wow, that's a lot. Okay, cool. We can work with that. Okay, here we go. Wait. Okay, Brian is still going. Michaela, not at all, Grant. That helps me stay focused on my goal when things get difficult.
Mm-hmm.
If all you do is plan, sure. I mean, what? Hi. I have no idea what that was, but I'm glad.
I have no idea either. Just out of game.
We've got GoFundMe. The GoFundMe.com/f/love for the Hales.
Yes.
I love them. I really do. They're great people. Irreverence is how I show affection.
Yeah.
Grant is actually more realistic than most creators do. Hi, my name is Nick.
Hi, Nick.
I have Post-it notes. Those are my regular Post-it notes. If I were to show my computer and hit the magic button of doom, you would see the digital Post-it notes.
Yeah.
My Post-it notes have Post-it notes.
Big
ones, little ones. You can get them all here at Nick's Strange Idea Emporium. Don't know how to start your book? Well, ask for a Nick. Nick is great at throwing ideas at you to get things going. Don't ask him to complete anything. ADHD will prevent that. For more examples of uncompleted works that will mess with your mind, Art and Tales Volume 1. Even the title implies incompletion. There are no... I also want to comment, there are no typos in that book. Any typos you see, you're projecting.
There we go.
Then you can split it up into yearly goals, etc.
Yeah.
Glenn! Nick!
Glenn!
Glenn! Oh, big hug from across the
Glenn!
What's funny is, by the time this hit, we were probably promoting him, if my mental timing is right. And we got a bunch of reviews for Glenn, because everybody loves Glenn. And we got Jody McKee. Now,
Hey, Joe.
before anything else happens, we got to remember to keep the mojo in the dojo. And we have to run WNTF's smoothest commercial with Jody McPhee out of Chicago.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Jody McPhee's an amazing gentleman, and I admire him because he always has an opinion and he sticks to it. You know, I know a lot of people who will cave to pressure or appearance. He knows what he likes, and I had the privilege of doing a critique for him about some of his hand-drawn art. That instead of doing the back and forth style, I pre-recorded. I very rarely pre-record anything,
Right?
Because people love watching me fail, and anything that could tempt an edit might belie that. Wow, we just summoned something there. Anyway,
No kidding.
but he took it well, and it was just such a wonderful conversation. And I love seeing people who are willing to grow, and Joe is willing to do that.
Yeah.
We got greens for Joe, and we've got breakfast at Casey's isn't good unless it's the pizza. That's my problem. Anytime I go to Casey's thinking, well, I'll try something else, I smell the pizza, and then I walk out with 2 slices.
Same here.
It makes going to the bathroom very dangerous because then I walk out with 2 slices. The only place that is worse, and I hate admitting it, we call it the meth head gas station. It's on 49 and Wheatfield, Wheatfield, and it's a Family Express. But they have a full pizza shop in there.
Yes,
that
yes.
does bacon chicken ranch pizza.
Oh, I've had that. That's good.
And oh god, I'm good. I'm trying to be better about my weight, but I understand that kryptonite exists for a reason, and sometimes you have to be reminded of your own failings.
Yes.
So upon driving by there, it is a test of will not to try to get some of that lovely pizza.
I agree. I frequently fall short of the glory in resisting.
Well, I don't have many vices, so I really enjoy the ones I can.
Yeah. I've got
Glenn
all the
says,
ones I can handle.
I don't waste time or money traveling too long for breakfast. I make my own. That's right.
That's right.
Stiff upper lip. That is the proper way to do it. Unless you're an American and you're already traveling. And there's money. There's no money anyway, so you have to ingest something
That's
that
right.
resembles food.
See you Friday, Glenn.
It's Friday, Glenn. Morning, Glenn. Casey's is almost... See, that would be dangerous, although I would love for the metropolis that is Earl Park to get a Casey's.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Or just a truck stop of some sort would be divine. But they won't. They'll keep reselling that bar, have it fail, and sell the bar again.
Yeah.
Blue Teddy, I skipped breakfast, so this convo is killing. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, Blue Teddy. We apologize.
This is why I keep snacks in hand, near my booth.
Yeah.
That because I have this bad habit of I'll go on for a half hour because I'm not doing anything, and 5 hours later it's like, oh my God, I require nourishment. Morning all. Hi, Eric. Eric Hawkins is our last best defense against the alien invaders. What you do is you give him a stack of comic books by that guy, and I can't remember his name, but Brian sort of tolerates him, and Eric does not. And he will just whip them at all the UFOs that come, and it will just paper cut their way through everything.
Yes, and also, just so Eric doesn't feel like I'm ignoring him, check out this book here from Stone Door Studios. This also is very well edited.
Yes.
And in fact, if you pick this up, I have the hardcover edition, which Eric still has. It's also in paperback edition. Covers the first 3 issues of the Zombie for World of Oz, and there is also a story in here written by me, drawn by Eric, of Dorothy Gale's time inside the sanitarium.
I love that rich Corinthian editing, but
No, it's more like Corinthian leather, Corinthian editing.
I can't. I'm a little too dry to roll my R's like I should right now, but Quick Trip. I didn't realize how good they were.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Quick Trip is great.
It's a Carson and Leno episode. You know, on the list of people I've been compared to, I never thought Jay Leno would crop up. But
I think I'm more the Jay Leno, but because you're the guy in charge. But the funny thing is, I actually got to see Jay Leno one time when I lived in Champaign.
really,
Yes, he was. He was coming into the Assembly Hall, now called whatever corporation owns it, and he was doing a comedy concert there. And he went to the White Horse Inn on Green Street,
okay.
where my wife, where Cookie and I used to go on Saturday mornings when we were dating, because they had the best eggs Benedict in town.
Ooh.
And so we were driving by there the day of his concert, and Leno had just walked out, and he was standing at the curb on Green Street, waving at everybody that honked at him.
That's cool.
I hear nothing but good things about Jay, and just that briefing, and he's just grinning, just happy as could be, and we managed to make eye contact with Cookie and myself. So that was a moment. It was great. It was super.
See, it's like there are two kinds of celebrities.
Yeah.
Like they're either the greatest people in the world or they're complete ankle biters, and there's no in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and Leno seems like one of the good ones.
Well, I think it's almost a testament. You can tell somebody who realizes they're a celebrity and they're the real kind.
Yes.
But I had a really bad time trying to meet somebody who was a personal hero of mine.
Oh.
And it sort of broke my heart. And after that, I started reading. I've studied micro expressions.
Oh yeah.
And it's why it's so hard for me to watch the celebrities, because unless they turn on their acting mode,
right,
or they're really enjoying it,
right,
it's like, oh, no.
I get that, because I have a default, unfortunately, to an RBF, and
right.
I've been caught with it in pictures where I remember the time, and I'm actually having a great time, but I look like I'm scowling at people.
Oh.
And so I've become very conscious of it since I started broadcasting. And so that's why it's, if you see me like looking at myself, it's like, I'm making sure my RBF doesn't come to the fore. So
apparently I have resting like despair face half the time.
It's better than me scowling at the world. So I'll take it.
Like if I'm actually mad, everyone thinks I'm happy.
Yes.
Like if I'm thinking hard, people are scared because like the thing.
Yeah.
And like my default is either wonderment or despair, and it's like where it lives on my forehead, so it gets the weirdest readings for people.
Yeah.
But it's really neat. I read an article. I read it first in a Star Trek book.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to check it out because Star Trek writers tend to research odd things.
Yes.
And by the age of 30,
mm-hmm,
you will be getting your wrinkles in the predominant expression you have. And I read that and I'm like, I am literally 29. I'm rereading this book. It was Next Generation, but was in the Mirrorverse. So like,
yeah.
Great fun book.
Mm-hmm.
But I looked in the mirror and I went, the other thing I had at the time, and it's been 12 years, but were these two fine lines right across my forehead.
Yeah.
I went, wonder why. As soon as I went,
yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the I have looked and pondered stuff. I literally my dominant expression was mild bewilderment.
Yeah, and I noticed that mine, I look like I've got a forehead like Abdullah the Butcher after 30 years of getting razor blades dragged across it,
Oh, jeez.
Or a Klingon.
But you're a very honorable Klingon,
A very honorable Klingon. Today is a good day to be mildly uncomfortable. So yeah, I get it.
Just a little Klingon. Got behind. Hello, everyone. I missed behind.
Behind. This show is all about being behind. Especially when I'm on here. Sorry.
We like big behinds and it cannot. Anyway. Unless it's steak and hash brown.
Brown.
Breakfast is an overrated snack.
It is the most important meal of the day, brother. And you should have it like 2 or 3 times one a day.
I represent the Hobbit Guild in this, and I'm going to say first. I literally do tend to have like first breakfast and second breakfast.
So do Cookie and I, yeah.
Usually, first breakfast for me is my oatmeal. I have to eat oatmeal with like flax stuff in it because that's what
we have oatmeal every day too. We have cold oatmeal.
Oh, you do the pre-make it and then you pull it out.
Yeah, you make it just like you would if you did on the stove to the same proportions usually, and then just put it in an airtight container and pop it in the fridge at least overnight. Let it sit 2 or 3 days, and you've got a reason to live there, buddy. And then you drop some brown sugar in there, maybe some pumpkin spice mixed with sugar, or this morning we had pumpkin spice sugar and bananas, fresh bananas.
Ooh.
And sometimes we have like dried cranberries and like walnuts or something. That's also pretty tasty.
My oatmeal depends on what I'm doing in the day and what kind of mood I'm in.
Right.
So a lot of times my Monday oatmeal tends to be special, and it's the same. I go in, do the packet of the date. It's like raisin walnut date in the packet. It goes in.
That sounds good.
The flax powder stuff goes in, and then like I open up and I have a shelf that's all like more raisins and cranberries and coconut flakes and whatever. That all goes in on a Monday, and it gets slopped.
Oh yeah.
Nuke it, and then I get to come back and I make my like frittata sandwich on most days.
Ooh,
so if I do
yummy.
a long stream like this,
Yeah.
I'll go back and I'll nuke the egg. But all the elements you would find, it's almost a quiche because it's either egg whites or egg beater in the bowl.
Yeah.
A little bit of bacon bits, a little bit of either fake cheese or real cheese, depending on what I have. Usually it's fake cheese.
Sure.
And my wife's allergic to milk, for people who don't know.
So is mine.
So, we have a lot of diet in the house, stuff like that. And then onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. Stir that bad boy up, put it in, nuke it. Put it on, when you pull it out, if you've sprayed the bowl right, it'll flop right out.
Oh, yeah.
Put that on a toasted bagel with a little bit of honey mustard.
Ooh. Have you ever had bone-sucking sauce?
No.
You can get it at Payless. It is kind of like honey mustard on steroids.
Ooh.
Really intense flavor. Really good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It is. It's really good. We always make sure we have a jar here on hand. And it was funny because when we were coming back from Memphis from ShadowCon, we stopped outside of Sikeston, Missouri, to go to this place called Boomland. And it was originally one of these places that's about as big as a 747 airplane hangar. It originally was just fireworks, which we could care less about. But then they started expanding into like restaurants and pre-prepared food, clothing, knickknacks, and all kinds of cool things. And we spent about an hour in there just walking around and found out bone-sucking sauce has like a rub and even a hot sauce. And I think we picked up the rubs. So.
I am all about dry rubs.
Yes, I am too.
It's Matthew McConaughey's fault, actually, because I was watching one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Sahara.
Oh, yeah, that's a fine film.
Clive Cussler's. That got me to Clive Cussler books. But if you watch the special features, and it sounds funny, Matthew McConaughey told him, no, you don't eat. What? Don't eat. I'm barbecuing.
Yeah.
And I guess his dad was like a butcher in New York.
Right.
And he's like, it's all about the rub. And they're talking. Yeah, it was like a sacred ritual. We're all starving. He's like, no, it has to sit. Don't you throw that meat right on. It has to just give it time. Give it time.
Oh yeah.
It'll be all right. All right. But you gotta give it time. And he's like, you put the rub in. You get. And I'm like, okay, anything that makes somebody sound that aroused, I need it. So I do occasionally do my custom mix of the meat rubs and stuff for, especially for like chicken of all things. I
Oh
found
yeah,
that works real
yeah.
well.
Well,
And
chicken eats love too, so
I do a lot of chicken and pork,
yeah,
but
me too.
not see now. I want to smoke some pork chops. Dang it!
You're welcome.
Ooh, those and eggs. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Grant Lankard asked me to donate some cover art for Amy's and thought you rule.
And we thank you in
Glenn says,
advance, Grant.
You guys need some tea. Good old lovely tea. But you're traitors, guys threw it all away.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. It worked out.
Yeah, my parents, as a lark, bought me the completely delightfully BS established titles, foot in Scotland thing, which is why occasionally people will call me Lord Tockert. I know that's BS. I can't fly that flag because I don't believe in stolen valor in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
But gosh, is it funny? It's like, if y'all, if y'all get over the monarchy business, you'd probably be happier. But then again, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Our latest picks of democracy are, it's spicy land.
We should not be allowed to govern ourselves.
I keep being torn between supporting and fighting our coming AI overlords. I mean, it's like the only thing that's gonna be interesting is, will the aliens, the lizard people, or the AI get there first? I'm not sure about this sort of Royal Rumble. It's gonna be interesting.
I think the AI is going to win because we are allowing it in right now, and we will avoid the art conflict. But my blog, I think tomorrow I've got scheduled a blog on my Patreon account, patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, always promote. And also check out this man's Patreon too, because he's amazing. He's got great content. But I recently used an AI for writing, and I will be detailing the results.
Because I just saw that a new one has released, and it's quite people are up in arms.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's we really need to start figuring out like basic income or something.
You okay there?
Stuff randomly fell over. I knew it would.
Happens all the time here.
Trelana Bachman has figured it out. I have ghost cats.
Okay.
That's why things are constantly getting knocked off in my study.
Mm-hmm.
I have ghost cats.
I would not doubt it. In all seriousness, I buy into it.
Okay. So accountability post. Yes, someone's doing their homework.
Yes.
Michaela Jade, who needs to send me a video.
As does Brian, I know.
to promote her work.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, realize the phrasing on that. Accountability post. I am currently working on Warrior's Vengeance and another Kindle Velo story, reworking Warrior's Secret, so that we can republish it. So, Michaela, I'm going to ask a really, really dumb question because it just ran through my mind.
Uh-oh.
Warrior's Secret, the graphic novel.
I know
Would
someone
it
who
be
knows how
spicy?
to do comic scripts, Michaela.
Oh, no. I mean...
I work cheap.
Oh, the amazing comment dump that makes everything disappear for a second and makes my heart stop.
Yeah, I know.
And it's funny because it's the only thing that gets, like, YouTube face out of me.
Yeah. I had to learn to stop reacting, especially when I get like 4 or 5 of them in an hour. It's like, I fully understand where you're coming from.
Let's see, Glenn. I imagine on a summer day, if you toss some sugar into Boston Harbor, you can still have tea. Well, they did a good enough job that it's still that color.
That's true.
Anyhow,
I've seen that river. Yeah, this is very likely. So,
yeah. Michaela says, Glenn, I love me some sweet tea. I drink gallons of it, but from a mug, not a cup.
Or as they call it in the South, tea.
Tea. Glenn says, whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. It's all right. Oh, go! That's one thing. Glenn has incredible taste in music.
Yes, he does.
Asteroids are not evil. It's not his fault. Earth got in the way. Well, you know what? That asteroid was coming. The Earth was coming. Earth went F around and found out. And
That's right. It found out.
Second place is the first loser. Genius. I'll use that somewhere.
Remember where you got it, Glenn.
Holy smokes, I made it. Howdy, y'all. Yeah, we knew it would be a short one with Brian on. Hey, Rich.
Sorry.
No, no. This is Wednesday. This is what I do on Wednesdays.
Okay.
Wednesdays are my long show.
That's true.
I'd rather fail having tried rather than do nothing.
Exactly. But
you know what? Fail
Mic
faster, learn smarter, learn quicker. Come on. There's a whole there's a whole thing about failing. Embrace failure.
Yeah. Learn from it. The people who are the most successful are the people who have failed the most, usually.
Yeah. My man Babe Ruth. But pretty sure the other drivers are staring at me from laughing at you two. Well, you know, anything we can do to please a woman, that's our job here.
That's right. They're staring for other reasons. So there.
Anyhow. Hey, Reddit. Okay, we got more greetings.
Yes.
Hey, Goonies are good enough. Yes. Not sure if you're thinking the same Goonies, but that's okay.
Yeah, let's hope not.
You know what I love most about you? Neither do I. That was an intercontinental ballistic burn from.
I mean, send me to the hospital. Make sure the burn ward is open.
That was some Rule Britannia BS on your. Nobody saw that coming.
I know, Aaron. Yeah, that's why if you're gonna get insulted by Glenn Fleming.
Oh, it burns so good. That was a sweet baby raisin.
Glenn, I love you. I must.
Carl says, must go feed cats. I'll hurry to get back. Claw on the leg says I have to hurry. We will meet the goal. I have said it.
We will, Michaela. I will admit that when we started, I'm like, what in the hell was I thinking? And then after yesterday, when we're raising like 15, when we raised 5% of it in one day, and that's the thing. One thing I want to say is that this campaign will not go away after 30 days. This campaign will go until people stop sending us money.
And that's such a good thing because they need it.
They seriously do. And that's for John and Amy Hale. And we're still at $1,565. 19 donations. Can we get one more donation before I am off this show? Because eventually we will reach the end of your comments, despite me being here.
What are you doing?
What?
Good Lord, Brian, you know better than that. The only worst thing was when somebody said, okay, chat, shut up for a second. I need to think. You don't invite, say we'll get to the end. Oh, dear Lord.
I didn't say when. Randy Zimmerman has a show that's on at 5:00 in the morning on the Indie Comics Network. I might have to, excuse myself to go there. Okay?
That's totally valid. I may have to shout for Mandy to, bring me in a macaroni and cheese cup or something.
Yeah, I'm going to lay kitty litter under my chair.
You've lost your hail pail? I mean, of all shows to lose your hail pail, this is it.
I know. There I go again, right? It's around here. No, I still have the pod catheter.
Oh, okay. See, I'm really thinking, and I hate to admit this. Yeah. Merch. Hail pail stickers.
We have thought of that. Oh, we should. Oh, that's it. We ought to give away hail pails with every $500 donation.
You know what? All you gotta do is get a bunch of cheap 3-gallon buckets, 5-gallon buckets.
Yeah.
And get like sticker mule hail pail.
Yeah, exactly. Get a nice sticker from them. Yeah. Yeah. Hail pail, only one owner.
Gently used.
Gently used. There we go.
And it's Wednesday. You are good. No Raging 2 today. That's right, because I both love and fear Daphne Leish.
As well, you should. And Nita. Yeah, have you ever seen Nita? You can always tell when Nita knows I'm there. I listen. I don't always say anything there, too, because I'm usually busy. But when she sees me there, we adore each other. But I can tell when she sees my name if I make a comment, because she gets this that evil little smile of hers, and then she looks in the camera and goes...
Just for you.
Just for me.
Happy cats got their soft food. Happy Carl warmed up part of his lunch. Ha ha, poor starving Blue Ted. Jeez, Carl! No. Bad Carl.
And I'm hoping Carl didn't mix the two up.
Note made to Hassel Nita. Okay, good.
Yes.
This may be the longest. Not even close.
No. I've had some marathon ones. It may be the longest one for Nick, but I think I had one that was like 4 hours.
I think my longest has been 3.
Yeah.
Or 3 something.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and check.
Yeah.
Nick, there's an easier way to do that if you really want that interview. Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Conspiring against Nita. I mean, I would never do that. I mean, what? No. Haha, there.
Yeah, I went in on that.
I've done my doc appointment, took some pictures, and I'm back. Oh, my. Well, so far, by Dawn's schedule, she got dressed. She was getting dressed.
Yeah.
A doctor's appointment, took pictures. And go, my, what a spicy little adventure.
I'm thinking I want a doctor to take your picture so I can look at you from inside as well.
Wow. And please remember to support Brian.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
I'll be here all week, and I felt it only fair to warn you.
If you want to pay me to keep this going, feel free to paypal.me/Nicholas.
Or send $5 if you want to keep going. If you don't want to keep going, send $20.
Yeah, send $20 to you know what? If somebody else send $100,
yes,
and Brian can confirm it, $100, I'll end the show right now. I will hit the end broadcast, and you can go to sleep.
In fact, if I announce it, I want to make it even better. You hit the end button right then and there. No farewell, just
that's
us out
what I'm
of here.
talking about.
Okay, I'm going to check. I'm going to check right now. We are still at $15.65, 19 donations, $100 right now. We're off the air. You get back to your lives. How's that? And I won't come back for 6 months. How's that?
Oh, no, I'm not allowing that because I want you back.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Nice try, though.
Or no, $200, and I don't come back for 6 months.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just interview you on my other channel. I'll find
exactly. See, anyway, there's always a way around everything. There's a little larceny in everything.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, he won't be on Nevermind the Furthermore. If only I had 5 other shows on this thing. Anyhow,
yeah, or maybe I'll have you on Clever Tile Pending.
Ooh. That's terrifying.
There you go. Yeah. Now we got it.
Okay, let's see. I'm sorry. Okay, stick to the green room. Nick, this contest has no time limit. You got plenty of time for the comments. Exactly.
Oh, this one by Grant Lankard. Grant Lankard had one before that.
I'm going to stick with you guys to the end if this episode takes all day. All righty.
Not for another $100. And I'm checking now, and I'm getting better about this. I don't check this like every 20 seconds like I did the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grant. I won't do accountability today, so you can catch up. No, you do accountability. Don't just skip your homework, Joe.
I will do accountability. How's that?
Yeah, why don't you?
And if I'd remembered my book, my accountability book is actually in the other room. I have started an accountability journal.
Wonderful.
Yeah, every day I write down how many words I've written, And there have been some days I don't have anything. I didn't do anything Sunday because I was traveling back home from Memphis. Which by the way, we went through 5 states in one morning.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's like we went from Indiana to Illinois to Missouri at the southern tip of Illinois, and then once we got then I-57 takes a real sharp turn to the south at that point, and there are parts of Arkansas that cut across until you're about 20 miles or so outside of Kentucky.
That is so cool because Arkansas is one of the most underrated states that I've.
It really is, and the speed limit's 75 there. The stretch we were at, yeah. So
that is the land. Remember that's the land of Mr. Johnny Cash.
We drove by the exit for his house, actually. So, and we came real close to a friend of mine. I didn't realize that she lived in that part of the state. A cosplayer named Robin Burke. So.
Oh, cool!
Didn't want to like, hi, Robin, I'm here. That's next thing you know, officer, that's the man. Anyway, but no, my accountability from what I'm working on right now, I am working on chapter 8 of Volcana 2, the Prometheus frame up. Prometheus figures highly in my literature. I'm also going to post chapter 7, hopefully today or tomorrow. I've got to get my blog done for tomorrow if I haven't finished it already. I can't remember. I have to check. Plus, I got to do my comments on mail or on my Patreon account, so it increases the algorithms. And let's see what else. I'm also collaborating with another author on a kind of a pirate story. Actually, she and I are working on a pirate story. And she's also a gamer, so we're kind of doing it like a D&D thing where we role play it, and we're going to type it out when we're done. And see if anything credible comes out of it. Plus, I am editing. I've got 5 more I think it's 5 more chapters of The Terrors left to do a second draft on before I hand it to Cookie. And then what else have I got? Plus, putting down notes for my Santa Sign short story for the project Michaela and I are working on. And I think that's most of it at the current moment. My list is fairly long, but I've also made it out for about 6 months to a year. Then some of them are projects that are carrying over from last year that weren't high priority.
Right.
Plus, and I also need to edit a story for Stormgate Press for a Western anthology. I'm waiting for somebody else to send me a story, another Western for something I'm editing for Prose Press. And then
I know one of them is 6 Shooters and Spurs. Because
Shooters and Spurs. Yes, I'm coming up with a whole new, brand new character. Plus, I've got to edit a story that I'm going to be saying to Brian Rodman for his Eula McDowell series. With him, me, and Clyde Hall. In fact, Brian gave me the basic idea. I have written it in my style so that if Brian sees anything left of his, it'll be a miracle. So yeah. Other than that, I'm really kind of just sitting on my laurels, having won that award last May. So.
Well, yeah. I heard you're up for the award for carrying the most awards in an award show.
Yeah, I actually got to carry all 5 home because Stormgate Press won the other 4, and I'm in the anthologies for Stormgate, and which won, and also then I won one for my own that I wrote for Bobby Nash. So,
okay, I don't know. I haven't done my accountability. Oh my!
Yeah, let's hear this, Nick. Come on.
I've cranked. Well, just last night I cranked out several new art and stop motion. Time lapse. I mean, cool. I've started doing these time lapse videos because people really like to see how the art is done. So I've got a whole playlist of those.
Yeah,
and that's part of what branches out. Usually when I'm doing art time with Nick, but because I was having insomnia and really bad tech problems, I ended up doing a bunch of those.
Yeah,
but I'm really close. I have about 1.5 stories in my horror anthology, Through the Thinning Veil, that I want to do, and then it will be another, yes, I do short little books because this is as much as my attention will let me do. But I found that there's some people who like to read short little books. We get along real well. know your place. But I have that. I'm going to be writing so I was doing the notes for the how to design an RPG from the ground up, because I've done it, but I haven't been able to express it. And my version of whenever I see something that really becomes a major conflict issue, especially if it's something I can't directly deal with myself, is I try to make something positive out of it.
Right.
So, I've said my piece extensively, and I'm currently boycotting 2 major companies, being Hasbro and WotC, Wizards of the Coast. I'm boycotting them till this OGL 1.1 silliness ends, and they've been notified, and I notify everyone I can to consider doing so until they fix this, because it's disgusting. But
it's onerous.
And since I can't stop them because they're the big guys, and I am working on my own RPG projects, I might as well write down the process I use. And while I'm doing that, I want to do presentations on how to do it, because it's not as difficult as people would think. And experienced gamers have done a lot of it, even from the player or game master level. It's just one more step in understanding a game. And I want to do that. I'm debating either making a Creative Commons version of my game engine that I did with Luke Stone, or doing a new game engine solely to make it Creative Commons, so that people can build games with it without fear. But that one may take some time. And that'll be a lot of dedication for something I will get zero money for. But,
but your statement.
When faced with, it's a statement, and it's, I believe when faced with irrational greed, sometimes you have to respond with irrational generosity. Exactly. And if you ever have that spirit move upon you, where you're just like, you got to do something and you need to give back, the world will provide you means to do so within your means. This is a wonderful point to realize why we're supporting Amy Hale and GoFundMe.com/F/love for the Hales, because it's the same idea. It's almost like, that was a segue. But so I have that. I am trying to decide. My problem is I have a list of partial completed things. I'm that guy. I'm almost as bad as Richie. But the difference is I usually pick one at some point and I finish it, so my list has a chance to rotate, if not. So I'm trying to figure out which ones are next to finish.
Not that we're work shaming, Rich, but we are judging.
Fundamentally. And years, like a decade plus, okay? Yeah, roughly a decade of wanting to hear the end of the story.
Yes, okay, I get that, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good story.
I've seen a little bit of Rich's writing, and I do like his style. So
it's funny because I knew about Apphilion in high school.
Oh, wow.
And when the internet warped from being the Wild West place that I grew up to the random, you have to fight through search engines to find what you really want.
Yeah.
I lost it, and it was it was a name. And I spent years going, I used to read this site. It was called Amphibian. No. It was like Amphibian, but not.
It was a website?
No, Apphilion, yeah.
Have you tried the Wayback Machine?
No. Dan Hollifield's site.
Okay, yes, I forgot.
My brain being dyslexified. I had to do computer swaps before I had a way to keep my bookmarks.
Right.
One of the laptop fires that happens to me, Tech hates me.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what's the name of it? And my brain locked onto the word amphibian.
Yes.
Not Apphilion, because that's Doc syndrome.
Yeah.
So I literally spent years like, what?
Yeah. What am I talking about? Yes.
So I just came back downstairs and Brian says he's doing his Carl on you. Say what? Hey, I don't know.
It's a good thing.
I'm more relaxed now. And anyhow, Green Room, LOL. The Green Room, that's Friday night.
Yes.
I know. I think they're priming it. Priming it? Absolutely. I
got
the cord wrapped around you.
And I'm putting that little thing around the toilets that said, sanitize for your protection.
565 now. Thank you.
Yes, and we are still, I just checked a minute ago. I will check it now. Remember, your way to get us off the air, folks. 1565 still, so.
Come on. If you have a big goal, you need to look at things as far out as they need to be. Find your stepping stone goals to get there. Sometimes stones will get you there much faster than you thought.
Yep.
I know that was a bit of a late reply to Grant, so, but I wasn't present for it in chat. So, the eloquence. Oh, it's okay. The boys are getting a little slap happy by now. Little.
Yeah. I just saw on Facebook somebody said, "How'd your broadcast go?" I said, "Well, come on over. We're still here."
Professional help is on its way. What? They're coming to take me away?
Aha!
To the sunny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I can play the little roses. Anyhow.
Yes.
Here he comes to save the day.
God, you are the master of tapping my core memories out of left field. Good Lord.
It's like hanging out with Dennis Miller when he's on a pop culture kick,
I have used Mighty Mouse as an answer to, well, who would win in Superman versus Mighty Mouse? What did you say? Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. Period. It's kind of like a comic book. It was Etrigan the Demon. I saw was facing off against Batman, and Etrigan's like, "I'm a demon from hell. What do I have to fear from you?" And Batman goes, "Just don't get in my way." He goes, "Well, I'm a demon from hell." And of course, Bruce Wayne looks at him and goes, "And I'm Batman," and just turns around and walks away.
I used to have that. I had a
yes, Grant. Yes.
Well, we are among our people, and it only makes sense with the amount of BS that we spew, we end up behind.
That's
Anyhow,
true.
Being behind lets you admire the behinds.
That's true.
I hear that you don't want Brian BKM behind you. Well,
Amy Hale slandered me last night while she was high on her painkillers, and that has to do with my I have a patented hiccup cure. That I can't talk about while I'm on your show. I'll tell you when this is over.
We need a rim shot for these puns.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That followed in so well. So beautifully. Brian saying, "I like being behind." What's called the softball pitch. And this is the show that never ends. It goes on and on,
my friends.
I don't think they want to catch up because they like the behinds. You know what?
It caught us.
Hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. The best part is that commenting on how long the show is going makes the show go on.
And I hear these guys like it long.
It's the only way we know how to do it. Long shows with deep conversation.
That's right. Deep conversation.
Once again, for those of you who haven't been around, you are here listening to Brian and Nick keeping the mojo in the dojo on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. And now a word from one of our sponsors.
Author Cindy Koepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Every once in a while, friends, the narration just gets you. Now, I'm not. There it is. I don't know. I'd agree with that. Sorry, clumsy thumbs is my jam. Oh, honey, you are among your people. Anyone who is to suffer my typing, as Brian does. Do you know why I don't ask Brian to edit my work? Aside from I can't afford to pay him what he deserves. You see, I like him, and what I between the malaprops, misspellings, and I write like I speak. I speak with a cadence that's not quite Yoda, but it's certainly not what you would call English standard. I make programs like Grammarly, bleed digital tears. I cry digital blood. It's just like code starts leaking out of the monitor.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm not too worried about the AI ever really impersonating my writing style.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it did, it would either achieve pure sentience and evolve to nirvana as a digital goddess above us all, or short circuit and turn into a lamented toaster. There is no in between.
Yeah.
I'm really into rubs. Jesus, I wonder what you do. I don't know what you're talking about. This is Nevermind the Furthermore, a work-safe program. Mm-hmm. Anything you add to the innuendo is purely you and you alone.
That's right. And, sometimes this innuendo, it's hard. It's difficult to resist. It's hard. Really hard.
The temptation just throbs in the back of your mind.
It does. It does.
Let me know about the cover, Carl. Feel free to message me. Grant, told you they're priming for the green room. Really? Monarchy or Biden? Give me a break. I didn't say I like Biden.
Backing away.
Wait. I want
Carl, stay where you are. Stay where you are, Carl.
I am the one who coined the phrase "for nerd bacon" that now has merch. Broken Vacuum 2024. Finally, a candidate who doesn't suck.
I'm just for letting the government run on autopilot for 4 years.
Oh God! Wow! I almost said something incredibly green room for a second there.
Yeah. Moving on to our next comment, Nick.
Think of someone out of a hole or just getting out of a box. Just thoughts. Bold of you to assume the lizard people aren't already in control. Well, something's in control in Russia. I know that.
Yeah.
If you want to see a video that will make your conspiracy theory go mad, and I can't remember the band, but a band was doing a performance in Russia, a fairly notable rock band.
Mm-hmm.
And the power went out.
Oh, really?
During their show. And a huge number of the wealthy, because it was billionaires and tycoons, all had glowing eyes when it went out. The light went out, and all you could see is a bunch of these people had glowing eyes. It was freaky.
Ooh.
And if you want to run down that rabbit hole, have fun.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just a little fat man in Indiana trying to stay out of trouble with my head down and my eyes open. But Glenn Fleming's laughing. Okay.
Yeah.
The lizard people then are total crud. It's I don't know, they treat me pretty well. Makes notes to check Donna for scales later.
Oh, there's your Friday night right there.
Oh God. I am so terrible because if I were done after this conversation, I'd roll up my sleeve and get a permanent marker and draw a bunch of scales on in a patch just to mess with Carl.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a torn piece of skin or something. I've seen those tattoos. Yes.
AI, aliens, and lizard people will get stuck fighting each other in the face. Shut up! You're not supposed to know that, Richie!
Rich has got the strategy.
We do not talk about our good neighbors. We let the fair folk be fair over there. Remember the true State Farm motto, the Indiana State Farm motto. Like a good neighbor, Stay over there.
That's why there's so many people in Illinois.
Uh-huh. And they're all trying to get in Indiana. At least,
Yeah, that's
everyone's
right.
trying in Chicago. BKM just said, stop commenting.
Did I really?
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
crap. Or
And I
actually,
God, we will eventually stop commenting. Maybe. Nah. Lullaby and good
not
night.
now, Michaela. Not now.
Man, she has made an art of the country songs about knocking those long necks down. But
That's true. That's true. And and I see that, Donna, and I've got a cure for that.
Well, it's been nice having you on the show.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah. That 6 months is looking pretty good now, isn't it?
No. I'll keep you on all. Hey, this is engagement, brother.
That's right. That's right. Boy, howdy, you're gonna shoot to the top. There, PewDiePie will be contacting you on YouTube, going, "How'd you do that?"
You know what? I tell you what, we'll get you that little fella PewDiePie and that Markiplier.
Yeah, and was it Mr. Beast? Yeah.
Yeah, that we'll get him on. We'll all have one of those panel shows so I can promote their channels.
Right there we go. Yeah, because you
just shovel it.
That's right. Yeah, I'm sure they'll pay attention. Yeah, and Dawn, I think we need 2 more for the commitment here.
Okay. This is the chat that gets never ends.
It always seems like it.
On my friend. Sherry Lewis has always been rather attractive and not like excessively flashy about that, and I've always found that interesting.
I grew up with a crush on her too. Plus, she and her husband, I believe she and her husband wrote an episode of Star Trek.
That wouldn't surprise me. Just devastatingly sharp woman.
Oh yeah, she is so good. So yeah, I think that's where I got my fetish for smart women.
Oh god, sapiosexuality is absolutely a thing.
Oh hell yeah,
Carl, why?
Why?
Lamau. They read it wrong, Blue Teddy. No burn intended. It hugs for Blue Teddy. It made me laugh anyway, so no worries. My wife went through 6 state borders once trying to get to a town in the same state we started in, but that was an hour away.
Sounds about right.
There's some spots like that down between like Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana get that way real quick. Let's see. Where the heck was that, Rich? Did she cut through the 4 corners? Kinda a Dragonlance thing, BKM's accountability. Ooh.
Yep. And that's only part of it, Dawn. I'm telling you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it was like a couple weeks ago on Tidbits and Scribbles, Michaela Jade wanted us to talk about our accountability for the year to come. And she said, well, I'm going to start with the person with the most projects that we know. And everybody's eyes just started zooming in on me. So, of course, the only thing I could say was, okay, take it away, Dan.
Oh, I still believe that Dan Hollifield is either an ancient deity from the Appalachians, a lost Fey king, or an ancient Fey king from another planet. I haven't quite figured. Yeah. This is one of the great puzzles of my time.
He's Croatoan is what it is.
Oh,
he walked through and just signed his name and left. So
that makes sense.
And the rest of the town couldn't handle his greatness, so they left.
That's a lot of greatness.
That is. I bet the man.
Oh god, I'm like some of these people I love dearly. I'm also terrified to meet in person.
Dan's a sweetie.
Oh no, I know that. It's just like sniff the air. Yeah, I thought there was more going on.
Yeah,
it's like to promote something that I have nothing to do with, but I love, the Old Gods of Appalachia YouTube channel.
Well, yeah, right.
Cam Collins and Steve Shell write the best podcast horror period,
Yeah.
on the market. The only competitor would be probably the Magnus Archives, and they now all work together. They've kind of coalesced. So I love them dearly. I love their work, but I am utterly because it's too accurate.
Right.
I am like, they're the kind of person where I'd want to walk in the con and like sniff, maybe, like hold up, pull out some of my old working tools, like
Yeah.
no, I think I'll just
get the sigils drawn and everything. Yeah, I get it. Now, Carl had a good statement a moment ago.
Oh,
Said he's
okay.
been to the bathroom 3 times during the show, and thank you, Carl. I have 2. So,
See, I will teach you a great secret, and anybody
Okay.
who's actually been a guest on my show
yes.
knows this happens. As soon as I start my 2-minute intro that Dan Hallfield and Carl set up,
Right.
as soon as it hits, I warp to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I call it my anxiety because I know as soon as I start, I'm gonna oh my god, I'm gonna screw this up. I feel like I gotta pee. Every episode, ping, and I run, and then I race back. Every time I stream, whenever I have a chance to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I understand that. I understand that.
Get it done and then get back to it.
Right.
So she started in Indiana, accidentally went to Michigan, came back to Indiana, went too far to Illinois, went up to Wisconsin, back to Illinois, back to Indiana.
Wow.
Wow, Rich. She has no sense of direction.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to think. New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana. Yeah, it's like, I think the most I've managed in most states. No, I take it back. One time, let's see, hold on. When I was coming back from my in-laws, I got to count now. New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, Indiana. Yeah, I matched 5 one day when I was leaving my in-laws' place, and we went down to Southern Ohio to meet up with Charles Millhouse of Stormgate Press, and I went through 5 states because we accidentally wound up in West Virginia for a while. So, okay, moving on.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool, Don.
Let's see. Well, if you boycott Hasbro, then you automatically boycott WotC. Yes, but by announcing that you boycott Hasbro, the executives notice, and there have been over 1,000 references to that tweeted on, that hashtag is well over 1,000 for both of those.
Good.
And they didn't really exist from a couple days ago, which means it's getting around.
Agreed.
Hasborg, as I heard called from the other Hasborg, they are the Microsoft games of games and toys. Not only that, without getting too into it, the lady who is responsible for Microsoft, especially Xbox, becoming what it is the woman. Her name is Cynthia Williams, who got put in charge of WotC. And suddenly it becomes microtransactions and all the shade while trying to pull very Microsoft style. Just hope we don't change the arrangement further.
Yeah.
Rich is getting burned now. I am remarkably calm about this. You can use it as a base for IP to make money, though. Even leaving the base as completely free, I'd say you still likely want to trademark certain things so others can't snatch it out from under. An interesting point, but the point of what I'd be making is it would be free, even for the jerks, if I go that route. Right now, the system that I built for Luke Stone, I have a fixed licensing fee when I make a game for somebody, and then the cost of making the game is determined by a set of factors, how complex they want, am I building like a full engine or a very narrow thing?
Right.
For example, and I'll be honest, when I did the game for Jody McPhee, I only charged my basic licensing fee, and I said, "Here you go, we'll get this." If I'm building a game from scratch, and you want a whole new system, that's going to cost you. Usually, right now, I'm sitting at about twice my licensing fee because it's that, and then any additional services you want.
Right.
So, and it's hard for me to remember to charge fair rates. It's really hard for me to do it, but that's very different than what I would be doing as a statement. My Tesla acts up because I feel myself walking where you can either be Edison or you can be Tesla,
Right.
and
Well,
you get the pros and cons of both.
yeah.
Go on,
Well,
I'm sorry.
also a number of game systems carry similar elements. I can remember, was about 20 years ago. What was it? Somebody took Magic the Gathering, of course, Hasbro, to court, and or actually it was the other way around, and they were and Hasbro was claiming that this other company was infringing on their game system. And by the end of the trial, the judge had ruled that the only thing that Hasbro had done uniquely that no one else had was the tapping mana segment. Everything else was so generic as to not be not copyright, but not to be trademarkable.
The tap mechanic is one of the few trademarked mechanics that have been allowed ever.
Yes.
You can't copyright or trademark a game mechanic normally.
Right.
So that's really rare. Although they're trying to, but the problem is, the more I look at it, just because you made a contract that's unprofitable,
right,
does not mean it's not inactive. You can't just neutralize it. And the writers of the original OGL, I actually have the file, my plan for the 9,000 word 1.1 that I'm going to have to print off at home because some things went wrong. That's my day after I'm done with this is reviewing that, because we're talking about it Thursday, theoretically.
Yeah.
We may or may not have an empty chair labeled Ethan Van Sciver on Nerdbake, and it depends. I'm not sure if he's going to show up or not. If it does, it will be a very different show. But
call me, will you? I'll watch that.
I'll go. Well, if
I won't be on it, but I want to see it.
Well, that is the joy of Nerd Bacon. I walk places I never expected to walk, and I meet people I'd never expected to meet. And as a rule, most of them have been pretty darn awesome, even if I disagree with them politically. There are exceptions.
Yeah, I met Ethan Van Sciver one time in person in Cape Girardeau. He was absolutely fabulous. So.
Yeah.
In fact, I met Shane Davis one time with him and his then wife, Michelle Delecky. And he was absolutely wonderful. I asked him if he would autograph a book for me, and he drew a picture in it, which he didn't have to do.
See, that's the thing. I think people get caught up with the online personas that some people get to get the attention, versus their actual personas. Then you get people like you and me who. This is what you get.
We're larger than life in real life, so.
Oh, yeah. I walk around Walmart looking like this. I fear nothing. Anyway. I think Amy Grail is coming into the Hale room. Okay, I think Amy Hale is coming.
Good night, everyone.
I would say that's a sign of exhaustion, but I do that all the time. So
I would say, I'd say you're probably coming to the end of your tether here. So I'm checking the tote here. We're still at $1,565 with 19 donations. Couldn't we get one more donor, please? Even if it's just $5 or $10, that would be great.
If she remembers, Carl, she was a little under last night. He said hard. Not only that, hard, thick, throbbing, juicy bratwurst. Anyway,
this ain't no taco truck. This is a full-on buffet.
Absolutely. We get some sauerkraut on the side. I'm a fat guy of German heritage. I know my sausage. Anyhow.
If only more people did. I know, yeah.
Malaprop's rule. I once knew a woman who said when she was divorced, she had to sign an Aphrodite.
Oh, God.
And she knew someone who had a Doberman pincer. I knew a lady who went through the hospital where my dad worked, because my daddy's, and she was naming her baby, and she saw a word that was so pretty.
Okay.
And she wrote it down, and that was her daughter's name.
Okay.
And her daughter's name was, and I shit you not.
Yeah.
Syphilis.
Oh my God. Why didn't you just name the kid Sue? You know, teach him how to fight.
How do you do?
How do you do? Yeah. Holy crap. That's amazing. I love it.
And it was spelled exactly as one spells the word.
Oh, God. I can imagine that. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if she had kind of tweaked it, I could see. Anyway.
That sounds like a Key and Peele routine. Syphilis! Syphilis! You be going to war!
Mm-hmm. Glenn, as a sufferer of audio hearing dysfunction, I imagine that she has the same problem, and so she's pronouncing things the way she hears them. Hi, my name is Nick. That is definitely in my bailiwick.
Hi, Nick. My name is Brian. Yeah, I get you.
That, and sometimes you learn words from reading them. And if you mispronounce it, it's because, well, you guessed, and they don't put the umlauts and things on there very often.
Yeah. Same with me. It's like, that's why I mispronounce people's names, is I only read them. And it's not like somebody can, or takes the time to tell me how to pronounce their name. So that's how we fill out the bingo card on my show.
Oh, yeah. And Glenn is subtle here. Not so, Donna. She's just thick as a brick.
It means he likes Jethro Tull albums.
I am so sorry, because when he wrote that and I read that, she's just thick as a brick. All I could hear is, she's a brick house. And I want to apologize to all humanity for that fact that went through my mind.
Yes.
Anyhow, there goes. Interesting comment, Dump. Okay, Donna Carly, Poink. Thick as a brick. Would she like to meet my brother? He likes him like that. Maybe, but your brother wouldn't want to meet her. Now we know too much about anxiety.
Yes.
I need to find out if I can use the more you know without getting copyright struck. Because I really kind of want to be able to have a thing that does the more you know.
Yes, I'd say it's worth trying once, you know? And find out.
You stream before you stream.
Yes! Mm-hmm. Or you can stream while you stream, like I do. Have my Dirty Rotten Scoundrels moment.
If that's all you're doing, you're being pretty have.
That's true.
Imagine having a bladder disease and deal with y'all. Well, that's why I have some commercials that are a few seconds, and I have a couple I reserved that are 2 minutes. Yes. You goofballs. Yes.
We love you too, Dawn.
That's why you invested a hail bale.
That's right. You know, there's a reason why disc jockeys in the 60s and 70s had, album versions of things. You know, you get the 3-minute Green-Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf, or if they have to, do a number 2, then you get the one that takes up the whole album. You know, or they play the long version of Tubular Bells.
Oh, God.
And if they just have to pee, they do MacArthur Parker, Hey Jude. I knew a professional DJ when I was in high school. He told me all these things.
I'm hungry. Has it become lunchtime? Except for second or third breakfast? Okay, first off, I will teach you one of the great rules in life. Breakfast is whenever you break a fast. Anytime I am not eating, I am fasting.
That's true.
Which is horrific. Therefore, it can always. That's why it's never wrong to say, you know what sounds good? Pancakes. Waffles. Rich said snatch. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Whoa! Everyone's getting a little slap happy now.
Welcome to the green room.
Oh God.
Keep going, Nick. You got it. You got this, brother. You got this.
Anyway.
We went green. Holy cats. Is it St. Patrick's Day or something? What?
Sorry, we were starting to turn a little green. I'm a little slap happy. Getting.
Hi, little slap happy.
Because it's good.
You're getting.
Glenn's laughing. Richie, trademark the term tap, which expired a few years ago because they can't trademark it, turning it on its side. Trademark the term taps. Legends of the Five Rings used the same mechanic and called it bow.
Right.
So you can move it, you just can't say tap it.
Right. But it's one of those things also, it could become genericized. I saw a list, in fact, a couple weeks ago, of terms that used to be trademarked, like aspirin.
Yeah.
Was owned by the Bayer Corporation. And that's why companies like Kimberly-Clark and all spend like thousands and thousands of dollars every year in advertising, like in writing magazines in particular, saying, this is not, you don't call it any paper tissue a Kleenex. There was only one, Kleenex brand, nasal, whatever. So.
Well, it's just like Nerf guns,
right?
Which I've had a great passion for, since they came out. However, I can't buy Nerf brand guns because they're put out by Hasbro. However, the wonderful company Dart Zone makes competition top of the line Nerf guns that are a blast to use metaphorically and literally. Yes, I am that spicy right now.
Yes, you are. Well, you should be, young man.
# not sponsored yet. Hit me up, Dart Zone. Amy Grant? Dang.
I don't see Amy Grant wanting to stay in the green room for very long. I'm sorry.
If your bratwurst is throbbing, there are issues. No, it's just the steam right before you get that good juicy bite. Anyhow.
Oh yeah.
No,
just before you stick it in your mouth.
You're probably not about the sauerkraut. That's okay. It's not for everyone. It's a cultural thing.
Yes.
And we have a comment dump. So let me fix that for just.
We're getting there. We're getting there, man. Just hang in there. We're almost.
Oh, I know. I am well in my comfort zone. Believe it or not.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to give you a bowl.
I've hit my stride. I'm good for a while.
Oh, look out, folks.
There are the tales of Female. Oh, God, yes.
Jake Wellen.
A throbbing brat sounds interesting. Good thing he didn't say a Polish sausage. No, I'm not Polish.
I'm not. I'm Upper European for the most part. Just
Upper European and a bit of Spanish. Did not expect that, but apparently Spanish and Neanderthal.
I'm a little bit Native American myself.
My name is Uber Marshall, the mighty super cool dude, Rich. There's invisible letters. Man, you got to be careful dropping the name that starts with Uber, man. You got a little Hugo Boss looking in your outfit there, my friend.
Well, I was also thinking of an old Britcom called The Young Ones. And one of them was named Rick, and he was introduced by his friendly enemy on the show as, this is Rick, the P is silent.
Oh, that's delightful.
Yes.
I was grooving to Brick House now. That's right.
Mighty. Let it all hang out.
Hang out. Crap, they're getting caught up. Time for more shinies and squirrels to be released into the screen. Tossing around. I don't work for peanuts. Anyway, why do we eat grumpy Germans? Why? I'm German and Polish, so. Oh,
Dawn and I just met. I can't do this. Go ahead, Nick. We'll go Irish on you.
okay. Sorry. Room got green again, guys. You got
Me too.
You know, I had a episode of Nevermind the Furthermore breakout in the middle of one of my historical fencing guilds.
Sometimes that's when I'm there.
No, I mean, like, literally, I realized the only way to do this, and I ran one of the short ones that Luke Stone gave me. Did a mini Nevermind the Furthermore in the middle of the stream and popped back out. I am not afraid to cross the streams. So has anyone else discovered the wonders of OneNote? I'm finding it really great for getting rid of notes and post-it TM notes.
I hear a lot of good things about OneNote.
OneNote is awesome. Dawn's just dying because she's so delectable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking.
I think this is code for get off the air.
Dang it, Brian! I almost fell out of my chair. We'll try harder. This is like waiting for the trains to collide.
Carly, you know wherever I am, there are no tracks.
Oh, there are no tracks. They have been derailed.
That's right. There is a trail, but there is no tracks.
More random. How's our count? Are we up anything? Or
let me check that. Thank you for asking. We are still at $1,565. But anyway, thank you very much. Thank you. Dawn and Rich are trying to keep us here. We're on to your trickery, young people. Well, you know, we have been on the air for 3 hours and 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I think we have probably set your record.
If not, we're real close. This isn't deliberate, although with Brian it could be because we both know what's going to happen. This has been one of the great shows. Thank you. That means that we're doing our job. Because we're going to exit out here. Both of us will run off screen, come back, and then chat insanely long because that's who we are. If you want more snidbits and tibbles, yes, snidbits and tibbles of
that
what
sounds
goes
like a
on
dog
in my
food.
mind, feel free. They don't know it's not bacon. Anyway,
I'm not yelling bacon as I run through the house. I'm yelling dial 911, dial 911.
Oh my god.
That's from a blog called Steve Lead It.
One more flash of the GoFundMe and another Amy Hale. That could be arranged.
That sounds good.
So what we'll do is I'll go into banners and
yes.
I will
Yes,
flash.
you will.
Well, right now it's in ticker mode, so it's been flashing this whole time.
I'm reading some of the comments that are coming up.
It's just hashtag it's been flashing. But www.gofundme.com/F/love for the Hales. They're probably going to ask me never to promote them again. And that's
yeah,
okay.
and I'm getting fired from my job, so.
Well, you know, we'll both be broke together. It's all right. And
sounds like
I
heaven.
will run her. 50 seconds. See you guys.
Digging the music, yeah. Oh,
Every time. I said over already, almost, friends. Thanks for the stream. Have a lovely day. Just in time for Blue Teddy's supper.
And one thing I want to point out that Amy's commercial, I believe Amy put that together.
That is really one of the most outstanding professional. I am afraid to do a commercial for my own stuff because it will not meet the high standards that I have. It will be rough. It will be rough. So I may have to just double down and accept that if I'm going to be janky, I'm going to be real janky. But
Yeah, yeah.
after all, it's time to support a hail of an author and her family. Don't
Yes,
forget,
indeed.
everyone, watch, like, share, donate. It's just that easy. Yeah,
Thank
guys.
you, Donna.
I have tried to make this as light a thing because I didn't want to start looking like that woman who always started Sally something or other, not Struthers, maybe it was Struthers, would always start with the starving little children.
Oh, yes, that was Sally Struthers. Yes.
And what would happen is, as the years of her doing the commercials, the numbers got smaller and she got larger, and
Yes.
this did cause a certain conspiracy theory to be generated in my mind. But we don't want to go tear jerker because you guys don't need tear jerking. Uh,
No. No.
what we need is positivity and edutainment and insanity. And fortunately, I can provide at least one of those on any given point. But all just aside for a moment, please support the GoFundMe for Amy Hale. And guys, Brian K. Morris, Risingtide.pub. This is, I can't say this enough, and anything I say is insufficient. But since I got married, okay, from the point of me being married, I would say Brian is the most important adult I have met in my life, with the exception of my wife, no one has done more to shift and change and open up wonders that I would have never expected than Brian K. Morris. I can't pay back the debt, and so I just try to do right by him. It is a privilege and an honor, and every day I get on here. Well, thank the folks who tolerated Monday's show because I had a screaming fever while I was doing it.
Oh, no.
So I'm pretty sure it went well, but
From what you remember?
on a good day, my memory's dodgy.
Yeah.
But we do this to help you guys and build people up, and that is a powerful legacy. And you're doing great. Is there anything you want to say on the way out while I click through some of these comments?
Okay, and Dawn, this is why you and I are now friends. Anyway, it is my privilege to present this the plight of the Hales to you. Like any of us can be, and probably some of us have been, depression is such a bear, and it can wear away at the things you love doing. Which in this case is Amy Hill and her writing. She talked about in the broadcast that she made that she wants to get back to who she wants to be again. How can you not try to help someone like that? We've been calling ourselves Rising Tide for several years now. This is where we prove it. And like I said, if you look at the crawl at the bottom, I love you, Glenn. I really do, brother. Glenn will keep me humble. But no, it is a privilege to be able to do this, and I am privileged to be with some wonderful people helping me, such as Carl Witzman, Donna Carleen, and Michaela Jade. And we're getting some support from amazing folks like Nick Tockert here, who very graciously let me hijack his program and send it screaming to hell. But the fact is that we are here for a larger purpose. We are on this planet for a larger purpose. Now is the time to pay forward any sort of favors. Love you, brother. Any sort of favors you have ever gotten from Amy or from me or Michaela or Donna or Carl, anything that we have done or said that has helped you, bless you. Now is the time to pay it to Amy. We are also looking into not just the GoFundMe, which we thank everyone who has supported us so far. We genuinely do. We are touched by your incredible support. And the generosity of your time and effort, all the people that have shared our message on Facebook in particular, people who have done their own versions of what we have done and shared it in their own words. We lack the words to thank you adequately. And Amy, I touch base with her like every day or so, and she has been, for once, she's crying. She is crying, but for once, because of you guys, it's happy tears. And those are the best kind. We still have a long way to go. We are asking for an ambitious total. I also want to point out that is not enough. That, like the dental surgery she had yesterday, is not included in that 30,000. But the goal is to remove the pressure of the previous COVID-related bills, so that she and John, who also has had his issues, can get back on their feet, get creating, get everything back in order again. We take care of our own around here. You know, when I was manager at various places and when I worked in retail, my motto was always, I take care of my people. Well, now, if you're Rising Tide, if you consider yourself part of that movement, now is the time to take care of our people. It can be a donation to GoFundMe, keeping on track with the four of us, because we'll tell you other ways you can help the Hales, but that will happen as soon as we set them up, which we're still in the process of doing. A lot of this we're learning as we go. I'll admit it. This is my first GoFundMe campaign that I've run. But we're working out step by step. There'll be ways to help Amy. We're looking at ways to get groceries and chicken feed, because she raises chickens, really, she does, and fuel, so that they can get to, so John can get to and from work. All the little things that they need. And if we take care of those little things, the big things will take care of itself. But the main thing is we are working towards that. And again, there will be other things that we will be doing during the year, such as the anthology we mentioned from Michaela and myself, where you buy a book and the profits of that will go to the Hales. And we're looking at other things that we're just, there is no such thing as a bad idea right now. We are working to experiment, see what can work, what can't work, and Amy and John are a part of it every step of the way. So when we make a move, it is rarely without their knowledge, But they are such amazing people and have been leaders in this this creative movement that we have, that we cannot just sit by and allow this to happen. So remember also that I owe you guys one show already. For every $1,000 we raise, I will do a clever title pending with a regular guest, not just me blathering on. We'll still do updates as needed, but it will not be just me. We will have a real guest on. We'll talk for an hour. And when we reach 30,000, I will not only do that 1 hour for the 30,000, I will do a 6-hour broadcast.
And I'm there. We'll just schedule it so I don't conflict anything, but I'm there.
No problem. We are going to coordinate with I've got a guest list in mind, and believe me, you are going to get the tap on the shoulder, not the Hasbro tap, but anyway, yeah, exactly. Well, a little bit lower actually, but anyway, no, we're going to and also follow the various shows like Tidbits and Scribbles. Like I said, last night we were giving away a autographed book by the great Susan Tisdale. Also, some great books by Linda Cox, and and tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum, we are going to have a little something that might intrigue you there, that will help, that might entice you into making a pledge for the GoFundMe. But first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody in the audience. Thank you for so much fun. It was great coming back to the old homestead. They say you can't go home again, but they lied. And I really want to thank this guy over here. I want to thank this brother over here, because he is doing so many great things with the show that I am so very proud of him. And the fact that he stepped up to do it, and do it as well as he is doing, astounds me and fills me with so much love for this guy. And it's a privilege to know you too, Nick. So keep supporting this guy. Keep supporting the Historical Fencing Guild Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and Nevermind the Furthermore Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in Central Zone. And just show this man some love because he deserves every bit of it. And thank you again, Nick, my brother.
It's one. It's always a privilege to have you on, and aside from being a dear friend, and I weigh heavily. Uh, One thing I judge people is I watch how they act when the rain comes down, and when the rain was coming down during the pandemic, there weren't many people doing a lot because everybody was hurting. And I'll be in my 80s. I'll be talking about the mornings where you'd be broadcasting because in that time of absolute, and it's funny, even though it's only been a few years, I can see it in some people's minds. It's already glazing over,
Yeah.
and in
Oh,
some
yeah.
people, it's it's hitting different. But in those scary days,
Hmm.
like one of the best parts of it was my morning at 10 o'clock. Like nothing. I there was it was so bad and so depressing. I'm an empath. Okay, I don't
Hmm.
talk about it much
Ditto.
because people beat their heart. But for the empaths, when the entire world is terrified and angry, and it's a cloud, and it's a burden that we feel because we feel others' pain, and like the idea of getting out of bed and forming a ritual to function. You have to get out of bed. You have to eat something. It's hard on any time, but when all that was going on, the desire was to just like not just hide out in my house, but just board up the bedroom. We're just going
Right.
to sleep for the next 2 years.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, the thing that would get me out of bed was, oh, I can't miss Brian's show because one,
Thank you.
there and people, I got to get in the comments because I help people a little bit there. I can help people, and that matters. And Brian's doing this. If he's going to run this show with all this crazy tech, I'm going to try to be in the comments every day and at least support the guy because
I appreciate that.
and that's yeah we're trying to duck out,
Yeah,
but
we're trying, Joe.
but I remember things like that, and I get accused of holding grudges, but people don't realize. Yeah, I'll hold a grudge tactically, but I also hold reverence with equal ferocity.
Yeah, you do.
And you've been nothing short of heroic, and I'm
Thank you.
so glad to see you on screen because your absence has been acutely felt by me.
Thank you.
Because well, it's hard, when you're running the lighthouse, the world looks real dark.
Yeah,
Because that's
it
you
does.
can't look at the light of whatever you're doing. You
Hmm.
just got to look at the shadows that are around you,
Right.
and it's just a thing. And thank you. We need to do this more often somehow.
Let's do
Uh,
that. Let's do that.
you know,
And let's not let it. Let's not let a calamity dictate us getting together on here again. Okay.
yeah.
All right. You got my
Uh,
word.
all righty, you guys heard it. Now, if there's anybody who wants to throw some money at Amy Hale,
Yeah.
please do so.
Yes.
GoFundMe.com/F/love for the Hales. All right. I'm going to call it. So what I want you guys to do, I want you all to write after you've paid your dues and you've done your stuff. Write something, draw something, just create something, make something that puts your story out there. Because even if it sucks, even if you don't like it, you're a better creator for having done it,
Mhm.
and you can always fix it. You can always tweak it. You can always edit it. But friends, remember, you can't edit a blank page. I will see you all very soon for Friday for Nevermind the Furthermore. Uh, I love y'all. Toodles.